You know what? I'm going to go live early because it's a different setup we've got today. And I want to make sure it works. But it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, which is to basically do a live stream on the road. So just basically have the setup mobile. I'm just on a laptop here. I've got everything I need. I've got a spare monitor. Hopefully it's working. I don't even know. I can't hear myself like I can usually. You'd have to let me know. But yeah, streaming from hotel rooms and whatnot could be the future. Well, it's going to have to be the future this year because got a lot of traveling, doing some exciting stuff. So we haven't missed a Grand Prix yet. We can hear you, yes. We haven't. How many GPs is this? It's the streak. Welcome Isabel Flugvlatka, Zarina McRent, Kate as well. Here for Miami. If I'd known it was this, touch wood, because a monster might run out of battery. If I'd known it was this relatively painless, I would have done it yesterday as well, to be honest. It's only 5 Grand Prix. Feels like 7. I think it's those early starts in China, Japan, Melbourne. The early ones. Welcome to Mark Iffy 0 as well. Yeah, it's a sprint weekend. So we've had all the sprint shenanigans. I've got my feed here like usual. They're just on an advertising break at the moment. I can let you know what's going to be going on for the grid walk. My grid walk coming out soon from Misano. Might even come out next week. Might come out as a premiere for the Berlin E-Prix Watchalong. Welcome Gareth H. Johnson, Stemar as well. Hope you're well. Yeah, look at this. What do we think? Do we like the idea? The idea was, by the way, I was going to do this at Misano. So this thing here, it would just be Misano in the background, maybe in the pits for one of the teams even. Or a commentary box, or just literally like in the grandstands. So that was the idea, but we couldn't quite make it work for Misano. But we want to do it for London for sure, for the E-Prix in London. And then the idea is that the live stream will just continue. I'll just walk around, interview the drivers live and whatnot. So that's a grand idea. Welcome Raghavidas. That was the idea for India as well, when we're going to go to India to do the E-Prix there. It's very ambitious. But now I know so far it's all working. Yeah, got the Le Mans shirt on. So you can see. Is it the 125th Le Mans this year? I can't remember. It's a big one anyway at Le Mans. Then we're doing a lot of racing in the sims at Le Mans, actually. Videos on that coming out. Is it quite possible with the sounds? The noise cancellation, all this stuff is really good. I mean, I could do noise cancellation. I can probably remove my background, but it might crash everything, but we can try. So you can do all interesting stuff. And also in Formula E, the garages are not as loud as you get in Formula 1 anyway. What time is lights out? 35 minutes. I don't have any timers. Like, I don't have any timers here. It's just me. Never watched Le Mans. I'd recommend giving it a go, at least for the start anyway. It's the big one, so all the teams... It's part of a wider championship. The World Endurance Championship, but all the teams really want to win Le Mans. And when I say teams in the top class, you've got Ferrari, Porsche, Peugeot, Toyota. So the main ones there. Cadillac as well. 101st, okay. So last year was 100th. Should have gone for the 100. We might go to Le Mans. It might happen actually. It might happen. Yeah, and then in the night, you know what? I really want to do a 24-hour stream for Le Mans, actually. Now, again, now I know that I can do this in mobile. This is absolutely crazy. Like, this is mad. I'll send a picture of my setup. But it's basically, I've got laptop here, I've got a USB-C monitor, and then I've got my phone. Just like all the teams, the cars at Miami are going to the grid, by the way. Deadpool Thanks for your excellent content. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. JS in the house as well. Thed as well. Thed, I've been coaching, not really coaching, so I've been reviewing your laps, but great to see you get that pole position in DRB. I'm really sorry I don't have more time to spend coaching, but hopefully can keep helping you in those ways as well. So very glad that it helped. The laps you sent across are pretty good laps at tricky circuit. So I was impressed for show. Isabel Fug would love a Le Mans stream. I'd love a Le Mans. It's kind of weird I didn't do Daytona. I don't know why I didn't do Daytona. I ended up watching like all of Daytona. I was thinking, I should probably just stream this. Yeah, we might go to Le Mans as well. So because there's a lot of interesting things happening. Oh, I need to write an email tonight actually about something potentially very interesting. So yeah, I feel like I'm in that phase where I've been working super hard and the sacrifices are starting to come in a little bit because there's a delay between people seeing what you do and then kind of getting in contact. Deadpool says free Cheech. I don't know who Cheech is, but yeah, let's free him. Welcome Dutchy as well. Yeah, Spa next week. So we'll be doing the Formula E watch-alongs. But the Spa's on the Saturday, isn't it? Because they wanted to fly over for the Sunday. So I was at Spa last year. What I'll do at the end of this stream is I'll link the video I made. I want to send it now. It's such a fun video to do. Hang on. This might break everything. If you haven't seen my videos, honestly, this was but it took months to make. It was a very difficult video to make going to Spa WEC last year. It's crazy to think that that's a year ago because everyone involved in that video, because not just me, people helped me editing it, thumbnail, everyone has improved so much since that video. So that was a really ambitious video that I think was a little bit before its time. But then we learned so much by doing it that sometimes you need to do those things, a bit like this stream, I think. By doing this, it'll make it easier next time. Looks like Mercedes doing a practice pit stop for Hamilton. A bit late in the day. I did see they got a penalty for having a driver not... In fact, they're pulling him back in the pits. So Hamilton is getting pulled back in the pits with some urgency. Wonder if they're going to pull down the shutters as well, because I don't know what's going on there. Meanwhile, the Ferrari of... must be Carlos Sainz is being wheeled to the grid. That's some drama there going on with Lewis Hamilton, and frankly a weekend of drama for Lewis Hamilton. What time does the race start? 32 minutes. 32 minutes. What, Mark? I can't believe you weren't subscribed already. That shocks me. Welcome Crypto as well. I'm just on my Logitech headphones here. I happen to take with me. I didn't really plan this as well as I should have done, but it seems to be working. Welcome Vlacker as well. Flashing a 12-month badge. Hopefully it's going to be a fun, interesting race here at Miami, or Verstappen's going to dominate, but we know what it's like at Miami. You've got the big DRS assisted straight down the back before you come back into the pit complex, where it's very difficult to defend, so we'll see what happens there. Welcome Hannah McGarry as well. Cliff. Yeah, this is the Miami Grand Prix. I know you've been asking about it all weekend, Cliff. In fact, someone has been commenting on the live watch-along we did last year. I think they thought it was live. So I was trying to tell them, no, that's the video, mate. Yeah, this one's live. You can test it. Ask me something. Welcome, Mel Lane as well. Good morning. I thought I'd be popping for go to work. Where are you? You must be in West Coast. Sunday? No, you must be in Australia. Where are you? We'll be working when the race is on. Yeah, feel free to slip the headphone in and have us on audio as I'm going to guide you through. I'm looking at the Hamilton incident here. Obviously, he's got a lot of grief for it. He was on max lock. I think it's fair to say that Hamilton seems to increasingly get into more incidents. I don't know. But very intrigued to see what happens next year for him at Ferrari. Yes, I mean, to be honest, this is not comfortable at all because I'm leaning forwards. Like I'm not leaning back on the sofa. Whereas in the rig is so I can sit in that rig for weeks. I could die and I'd be in that rig and no one would know. No, that's not true. People would definitely notice. My flatmates notice. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. It's very comfortable. I could probably fall asleep in it. Raymond says Trinidad supports Lewis Hamilton. Good to know. Fit bits on Earth. New Zealand. There we go. Phantom in the house. Well, Phantom's been a bit of an international traveller this week. So the grid is busy. So half an hour to go. The grid is absolutely stacked. I think Verstappen's car is being wheeled to the front by his mechanics. They've all got trendy hats on. Big news, obviously, Adrian Newey leaving. We predicted it. We saw our video where we did all the... Don't know if anyone saw the video me and Sam did in the studio where we drew lines between all of the protagonists and said this is what's going to happen. So the question is he going to go to Ferrari? Yeah, I didn't do qualifying, although I could have done actually. I could have done qualifying as it happened. So, but not missing a race. That's the most important thing. Welcome Lucy as well. Let's get this guy to 90k subs. Honestly, we can do it. We can do it. I don't even know where we are. I can't see the subs. I don't know how many people are watching. I don't have my usual command center set up here. But I'm looking forward to the race. I'm very excited this is working because the monitor did run out of battery earlier. What's the opinion on the Miami circuit? Well, I'll let everyone weigh in. I mean, it just feels kind of fake, doesn't it? It just feels a bit kind of fake. You look at the prices and whatnot, but you know, I was in America fairly recently, and that's in America, everything rolls different. It has to be big in America. It has to be the biggest. It has to be the most expensive. And it has a nice color scheme. I like the blue and everything. And it's actually it's quite a fun track to drive. I like the last sector as well, the bit where you come down. You sort of people seem to hang it around the outsides. So I think it feels a little bit fake, perhaps, but that's possibly because it's new as well. Maybe it will become really established. And I would love to go to Miami and watch the GP. So I love the fact there's a Grand Prix in Miami, and it's not just a street circuit. It's sort of semi-purpose built. But let me know what you think. Isabel Flux says Donald Trump in the McLaren garage. Donald Trump in the house. In the orange carriage. Welcome Sharkin. Kireth, why are you not commentating on sprint quality? I wasn't in London. I was not in London, so but in hindsight I could have done it. So I apologise, but we'll be trying to do as many as we can. Martin Brundle's found someone on the grid. Don't know who it is. Blonde hair, sunglasses. She got her own rucksack, which I like. Gonna guess pop star influencer. So Cliff needs to make a blue. Come on, we were all let down by the non-blue Ferrari, right? It's Camilla Cabello. We were all let down by the non-blue Ferrari. They really hyped that. They massively hyped it. The marketing team smashed it. Let's be honest. Phantom says difficult weekend for Alonso fans. Yeah, we'll see. Saw Jose Mourinho's in the house, in the building. I like the fact this Camilla Cabello, she's either she's carrying a rucksack or it's part of a waistcoat she's wearing. But as someone, when I'm going, I'm always with a rucksack. I've always got my cameras in there. I feel like I identify with her. She looks like she has good energy. Rob says Trump, got to get that papaya glow. Maybe. So Brundle's on the grid. Maybe he's going to bump into Donald Trump. Bump into Trump. Let's see. Yeah, Alonso P15, Lance Stroll P11 kind of says it all. Hamilton up to P8 for this one. Russell P7. So it's kind of as you were for the top 8. And again, Hulkenberg doing a really good qualifying. Team principal of Alpine is there. Who is he going to find? Martin Brundle. He's on manoeuvres. Alex Albon P14. Out qualifying Sargent. Who's that? I don't know. I don't know who these people are. I'm just not in tune. I'm not in tune with the If you've seen my grid walks, you know I'm not very good. Hannah McGarry, do you think Charles will get a win? I think if Verstappen doesn't win here, I think Charles would be my favourite to win it. History tells us, recent history tells us that Verstappen should break out a nice lead here and just control this race. Catch up with chat a second, just seeing if Martin Brundle's able to find anyone. He's just sort of roaming around. Obviously, this whole thing is choreographed. If you don't know, Formula One give the passes out to the celebrities and then sort of tell them where to be. It's all a bit of a dance, but they still need to put them where Martin Brundle's walking. So, Davina, I live in the USA. It's rapidly on decline. Miami shows that. Lots of fake and zero charm. It's about money, nothing else. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's different being in the USA from watching it from the outside, but it looks very glamorous and people obviously have lots of money to spend. So I don't know what's going on here. Oh, is that Zidane? Yeah, Zidane's in the house. Zinedine Zidane's there with Alpine. He might be one of the investors. That's what you call a celebrity. Isabel Flux says there's so many celebs. I can't recognise any. Can you let me know in the chat who's there? I don't know. Someone now with ginger hair. I think this might be Charlotte Tilbury, who I didn't know was an actual person. I thought it was just the name of a brand. But I know Charlotte. Yes, it is. She was waving the flag at F1 Academy. That Abby Pulling won. Don't know if she won both races, but Abby Pulling. You saw our podcast we did early on where my co-host Sam knows Abby Pulling quite well, or you know her exploits in karting. Really rates her, like legitimately the real deal. So that's a name to remember. Charlotte Tilbury have a team. So Charlotte Tilbury, this lady, presumably she owns Charlotte Tilbury or still runs it. So she's decided at some point to sponsor an F1 Academy team, which I think is quite a cool thing, to be honest. Fair play in my books. Welcome, Susie K. Cliff, with the heat, it's going to be a balanced race of track temperature. Well, balanced for everyone else, maybe. Phantom can't feel the vibes from the circuit. Susie Wolf's in the house as well, CEO of the head of F1 Academy. Sued the FIA in France. All got a bit funny, that, didn't it? They did Carrera Cup here. Oh my goodness, that's so... Why didn't I see that? Don't know if you saw my interview with the head of Porsche Motorsport. He said they have something like 32 one-make championships around the world. So I know every time I go to Monaco, there's always Carrera Cups blasting around. Michael from Mississippi, welcome along. Welcome Gary Lee as well, another person from the US. Davina, very few people have money to spend. Poverty is everywhere. I'm sure it's a tale of, I mean, when I was in Vegas, it's, you know, it's, I don't think I've ever been anywhere. I've been to Vegas a few times, but when I went last year, I don't think I've ever been anywhere where there's been such an extreme between the people that have it and the people that don't. So, Isabel Flug has gone for Charlotte Tilbury, Camille Cabello, Luis Suarez plays for Miami, Ed Sheeran, and a couple other singers. Very nice. Lucy loves Charlotte Tilbury on the grid. She's representing the Academy for winning. For women. What did I even say there? Yeah, pretty cool to see. I think don't Tommy Hilfiger have a car now as well? Sasha sporting Max. Well, safe bet there. How early is Max going to wrap up this championship? Zoe, hello everyone. Are you watching in Miami? Oh my goodness, very nice. Mia, where the hell have you been? I've been all over. I've been all over recording content for you. That's what I do. James Charles there as well, and he met Max. Well, yeah, that's a good question from Phantom. What do we think about K-Mag's performance during the sprint? I think... I know Hamilton was like, oh, you know, fair play. I don't think it's on. I don't think it's sportsmanship. Like, the first time, okay. But I think it's a complete... It's not cricket. I'm not a massive fan of cricket, but in my view, it's just not cricket. Don't know what people think about Magson's defensive tactics. Let us know. Good to see so many people in chat, by the way. Welcome, Martin. Kata Uji as well. Zoe's there for the race. Oh my goodness, Zoe, where are you watching? Let us know. You have to let us know where you're watching. Have you had the 400 euro or dollar prawns or whatever they were? That is awesome. Very happy to see one of our own in Miami. What do we call ourselves? What are we as a group? Uday from India. Nui to Ferrari. I mean, that's a rumor, but he won't be able to join this season. So don't blame it on us. We know you enjoy it. You enjoy it. Hannah's watching from Scotland. Very nice. Hopefully the weather's good. Frederick Besseur's got the blue jersey on. They should just put the Ferrari blue at Miami. Would have been so good. I haven't really seen the Visa, MasterCard, Cash App, Penske thing. I haven't seen that car yet, but I saw the livery online. Look pretty good. Gary, I got this email from Fantech wanting me to buy a $9 system. I just advise you to do your due diligence there. If you've seen my latest video. Winner predictions, I'm not looking past Verstappen in this race. You know, in Japan, was it Japan or Australia? I think it was Australia. Australia, I didn't predict Verstappen. I predicted a Ferrari win and it happened. So he's watching for the Paddock. Okay, watching from the Paddock. Oh my goodness. You got the Paddock pass. Do you get access to the stadium then? Is that in the stadium area? And are you looking over a garage? Chat, do you have any questions for Zoe? What is the vibe like? The vibe looks pretty cool where we are. Here's Mr. Andretti, I believe, on the grid. It looks buzzing. Apparently the heat's cranking up. Hopefully it's a fun time in the paddock, and hopefully you get to see, well, a lot of the drivers and, you know, the celebrities and the buzz. That's what it's about. Chad says Nui to McLaren. Oh my goodness, bringing it back. Nui to Williams, bringing it properly back. The mock-ups of the blue. I guess the mock-ups were fake ones, but yeah, they should have definitely done it like that. Chloe from India, let us know how it's going in India. Lucy, I don't like the Ferrari car colour. I don't actually like the blue. Apparently there's like a billion HP logos on it. Like if you really look at it, you'll see like 85 HP logos. So 1 AM in India. It's funny because India's half an hour difference, isn't it? Yeah, the RB colour, I want to look at that. It looks right for Miami. So we are only 17 minutes away. The grid is packed. I think that's one of the F1 presenters having a good time. You love to see it. Divina, they should run a championship table where the RB's taken out. We could do that. We could do that every week. By the way, I had a sponsor interested who, just as a bit of fun, wants to give away backpacks, rucksacks. I couldn't quite get it sorted for this race, but essentially going forward there should be a link somewhere where you can enter for fun and someone wins a backpack. I don't get paid anything, but someone wins a backpack. I was like, that's a great idea if you're happy making it work. Martin Brundle being allowed through, meeting safety car driver. Did you see, Gary, did you see where the US government is inquiring? I did see the antitrust stuff. I did see, and I saw it got rubbished by a few people who I don't think understand US politics and how that can be the start of something that gets momentum. Uday's from India today, that's why I'm awake, was waiting for you live only. Sorry Uday for not scheduling it earlier, but honestly, the hardcore, just appreciate you guys so much. We got Zoe who's at Miami. Zoe, I'm here for one reason, to see my crush and see him on podium, if not on P1. I feel like I've forgotten. Is it Verstappen? Is it Lando? Is it Charles? Is it Carlos? Is it one of those? Steven, so LW is going to torpedo in the opening lap. Who's LW? Am I okay today? I'm doing great today. Had a good day, had some good food, and I'm having some really good sleep. Sounds really not nerdy, but like I've just been having such good sleep. So yeah, someone win a backpack. I thought it was like an idea that it's not. No one's going to be disappointed if they don't win it. Isabel, Travis Kelce's at Alpine. No Taylor Swift so far. What if Taylor Swift is going to give the trophy or something? Does he play for Miami? That guy. I can't remember who he plays for. Is it Tom Brady? He moved over here, didn't he? Tampa Bay? Am I getting everything massively mixed up? Stephen Lewis Hamilton. Okay. LH. Udo-Canada is playing catch-up 1 to Ricardo. Yeah, I don't actually know what happened to Ricardo. I've got to be honest. Don't know if anyone in chat, because Ricardo did so well in the sprint, but he's all the way back here. Is it engine change? I don't know. Kansas City, okay. Welcome, Christopher Rains. Good to see you. So as half Mexican, I support Checo. Okay, so I think as a stream then, because one of our own is at Miami, I think as a stream we need to support Checo a bit. What do we think about that, chat? Are we on board with it? All the drivers, by the way, are at the front, ice packs on, ready to listen to the anthem. We know the US anthem is a certified banger. Does anyone disagree with that? It is just they don't mess around with the anthem in the USA. they don't do half an anthem there. There's going to be presumably some like supersonic bomber go overhead, helicopters. It's just going to be gunfire, controlled gunfire. I mean, presumably. It looks like it's that Spanish singer Mark Anthony who has an E. Anyone heard of E1? The motor boating thing. He's got a team in there. So Mark Anthony is properly going at it. All the celebrities are now corralled into their little place. So if I could recognise them, I could tell you who they were, but I can't. Oh, the guy from FIFA's there. Oh, the guy, the bold guy. He's there. Oh. Packed grandstands, it looks like though. Cliff from South Africa. We'll do a nation check in a little bit. Oh, maybe my commands still work. Angelica wants Daniel to do well. The former Mr. Jennifer Lopez. I did not know that at all. Steven says Checo is a better representation of North American Logan Sargent. I mean, they're really fast US drivers, and there's really fast Mexican drivers, but they're not in Formula One. This is a big controversy. They don't seem to get a super license or whatnot. I think on the one hand, if you want to make the US a big market and take from it in terms of taking the money, I think it's fair enough to support their drivers as well. I think there was a US driver in F1 Academy, did a one-off race and did quite well actually. Angelica, lots of love for Lando as well. Florence says, come on, Norris. Hannah, Ed Sheeran was there. Okay, let's do a nations check. I'm going to put it in, see if it works. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Mark Anthony's still going. I think he's doing that home in the free bit. He loves it. Fighter planes, fighter jets? No. B2? Oh no, he's still cracking on. Is he just people looking to the sky? I want to see the big planes. That's what I'm here for. Is there a big plane? No, I don't think there's a big plane, or they've cut away from it. Zoe. Zoe's our lady or person at the track. Is there has a big plane gone over? Right, let me catch up with this then. So what have we got? Oh my goodness me. South Africa, Croatia, USA, Italy, England, UK, Canada, Scotland, India, Netherlands, UK, California, UK, Netherlands, England, Netherlands, Germany. I think Netherlands are winning it. Australia, South Africa, USA, Scotland, Canada, New Zealand. I think that has to be Netherlands, unless I'm seeing it very wrong. But you let me know. I'm going to go Netherlands for that. England coming in, Zimbabwe, USA, GB. Two Zimbabwe so close together. So have you lived next to each other or something? Many people from the UK. Yeah, maybe I'm sort of biased and sort of not noticing that. Roy, Netherlands, Dutchy. Zoe, Miami, but lives in Monaco. Oh my goodness, what a combination. Max Verstappen is walking back to the grid now. He's being interviewed by Sky Sports. Sasha, podium prediction gone Verstappen, Sainz, Leclerc. So you're expecting Sainz to overtake Leclerc. Wow, Carlos Sainz pouring water over his head. So I think they are expecting it to be a hot, sweaty race. Let us know if you've got any other different predictions. There's another celebrity here with a ponytail. following Mark. Oh no, she's being herded around by Mark Anthony. Don't know who that was. Stephen, is ABC still going to broadcast in the US? No idea. Absolutely don't have a Scooby-Doo about that. Sorry. Gary, Mark Anthony, Jennifer Lopez ran for 8 years. Wow, I did not know. Oh, here's Adrian Newey taking a very close look at the Ferrari. He's still in Red Bull. He's not on gardening leave. He's still there. I bet Red Bull aren't super happy that he's just wandering around taking a very close eye at the Ferrari. Now he's inspecting the McLaren as well. Remember, this is a man who can see airflow with his bare eyes. Famously still does his designs pen and paper, or pencil and paper, I believe. Lucy, I'm not a hugest fan of the American tracks, but Miami's always such a party. Does look like it. I feel like Miami they should do on a Saturday as well. Like they do Vegas and have a big Saturday night party. Angelica, just hope we won't get a double Red Bull podium. We'll see. DRS super powerful here down the back straight. Unless, yeah, no, I think I can't not see a Red Bull 1-2 here, to be honest. I can't let past that. 7 minutes to go, I believe. George from the UK OGB. Hannah, I'm thinking the Miami track should go through the stadium. The stadium doesn't look that big, though. I think, was it Thailand? They were going to do that in Thailand, maybe. Or Vietnam, for one of those ones out there, which is going to go through a stadium. Obviously, they used to do Race of Champions in Wembley Stadium. They're very tight and twisty. I do feel like you could theoretically, we're not there yet, but you could theoretically make a stadium for motorsport. And then isn't that basically like Daytona? But you could do it in Europe. I think Twin Ring isn't like that. So especially after the race party here is fire, well, we want to hear from you exactly. Isabel Flug is explaining that he's only doing a consulting on F1 and mostly on Red Bull's 17 Hypercar project. I'm surprised I don't know more about the Hypercar project, considering I'm so into hypercars and I really like the hypercars. Stephen's predicting Sainz, Max, Norris. Okay. Welcome, Natasha. Good evening. Best live stream ever? My goodness me. Haven't they live streams something more exciting? Welcome, Gabriella. Yeah, so if you've got any questions, by the way, for someone who's there, you want to at Zoe, who's in the paddock. So any questions, that's where they go. Hannah's prediction is Max, Lando, and Charles. Yeah, I wonder if Lando will move up here. He looks like he's kind of he's growing into the season quite nicely. I was a little bit harsh on him earlier on in the season. Wanted to see a little bit more. But he looks like he's growing into it. The McLaren obviously bought a load of upgrades. There was a calamity in qualifying. But, you know, let's see with the McLarens, do they have good pace? Are they going to have more pace than the Ferraris? Shaken saying Lando's first win. That is a huge, massive shout. That is a ginormous shout. Angelica wants a present from F1. Basically, when the race will end, or will just only be my birthday. Chat, we've got to put a happy birthday to Angelica in the chat. Can we get some birthday cakes out? Yes. You know, it's actually easier for me to type here when I'm on my laptop. We get some birthday cakes out for Angelica, who wants a good result for Daniel. Not the race. Should have been born a day earlier for the sprint. Lucy's not impressed with the late scanning of the pass. Thing is, in F1, you need to scan your pass everywhere. Same in Formula E, you always like scan your pass. Especially when I'm up and down the media centre all the time. Right, Sky is still on an ad break. They got the presenters just graffitiing stuff. Not sure why. Seems quite antisocial, but that's the vibe they've gone through in their promo video. George, the chicane looks so awkward in F1 car. It is, but I love awkward corners in F1 cars. I love when it's deliberately just like ridiculously awkward. Doesn't, you just end up shooting over it, don't they, a lot of the time. Hannah, I hope Daniel does not lose his seat after race Liam Lawson. Well, I say with Ricciardo, in all seriousness, if Ricciardo can get in the points here, then... Because people are saying with the new chassis, Ricciardo is looking like a new man. So if Danny Rick can get that car into the points somehow at Miami, that is a huge drive. A huge drive, and it will show there's legs left in Daniel. Steven says turn 1 Alonso will end up in the top 5. We'll see. I'm just super happy everything is working here. I'm stoked about that. Very excited. Paul says Sergeant first podium. That I don't think that's going to happen, mate. Personally, can't see it. Gary's got some interesting predictions as well. Well, let us know. There's 3 minutes to go. Let us know your predictions. I'm going to go Verstappen Perez Sainz. I just feel like if Sainz is going to put a lot of pressure on Leclerc, they might have to swap them. So that's me not putting a lot of faith in the McLarens, and I just don't. I think Mercedes are kind of nowhere, but we will see. Could be wrong. Learjet Canada, Learjet, you are not live, my friend. You need to go live. Zoe, especially pregnancy, sucks to be waiting your turn to Canada Pass. But don't worry, for my crush, I give everything. Does Sergio Perez know about that? ABC is now live in the US. Great to hear. They've decided to broadcast their own GP. Fantastic. Benica says Hamilton top 6. I don't see it. Ever been to Anfield? No, never been to Anfield. Used to be a West Ham season ticket holder, but stopped it when the street. Otherwise, I'd be there today. So at West Ham. But I have been around the stadiums. Gary wants what Paul is drinking. Isabel Flood going for Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz. Love it. I mean, I can't. That's a very because you're saying Verstappen's not going to win, but he's still going to come second. That's probably one of the most unlikely outcomes. Probably more likely that Verstappen just DNFs than that. But we'll see. Welcome Learjet to live as well. Renata Verstappen, Checo, Leclerc. Gabriela Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc. Anna, Max, Lando, Carlos, or Charles. Thomas, Max, Perez, Sainz. Kate, Verstappen, Sainz, Perez. Dutchy, Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc. Not seeing as much faith in Norris as I might have seen. Cliff, anyone come to South Africa for the Comrades Marathon June? Not myself personally. It's not on my list, I'm afraid. Sharkin, Leclerc, Norris, Verstappen, Roy, Verstappen, Perez, Norris. Okay, seeing some Norris love come in. And Ended predicts the best racing between Leclerc and Sainz. I agree. I think that could be really nice. So all the cars on the grid, it's just a few mechanics left. We're very close now to race start. Well, to the formation lap before that. I think we're just a minute away. Hannah, did you hear about Lando's nose? Yeah, I saw he was in King's Day in Amsterdam, wasn't he? Got bottled in the face or something. Lucy, I feel like the McLaren half upgrade for Piastri is doing well. Let's see here. I think Piastri is so underrated. Does anyone else agree that Piastri is the most underrated driver in Formula 1? Anyone agree with that or disagree with that? I think Logan Sargent, are you starting from the pit lane or were you just close to the barrier? I couldn't quite see there. Maybe that's just the director giving him a shot because he's a US driver. Camilla Cabello is in the US garage. He looks like she's loving it. Love to see that. Sema agrees. Christopher agrees. Natasha, yes. Learjet, yes. Well, let's see how he does. Welcome, Sema Dragon. Good morning. Where are you? West Coast? Or New Zealand? Hang on, we've done this before. George Piastri. If Piastri wins a race for Orlando, Lando is going to rage inside. It's going to be kind of hilarious. Right, all the mechanics off the grid. So we're about to start formation lap. Welcome Quintelis. Welcome Blackfish. Daily CFC. Covers are off, yes indeed. Remember to keep us updated in the chat. It's a community thing here. Roy, Piastri's doing good, but will be better next year. So it's formation lap underway. It looks like on the live timings you can sort of see it there. But I'm going to be about... I'm normally 40 seconds delayed in UK, so we'll see here. What time it starts? Well, they're on formation lap, mate. So Oscar's very quick drive. I'm surprised how he doesn't get close to Verstappen yet. Well, people are saying that the McLaren upgrades are looking really like a good philosophy to follow. So, welcome live track. Do we think this year we'll see Piastri on the podium? Yes, I think we will. Over the course of the next, still like, what is it, 17 races or something? Like 6, I don't know can't remember how many races, but I think the likelihood we'll see him on the podium is quite high. Who is Stroll going to crash into? We will see. Looks like it's just going to be a one stop here, mediums and hards. So again, less opportunities for arguably interesting pit strategies. Yeah, I see this as eclair. Sainz Patriot My Hungry, yeah, with a load of cream in it. Classic car show tomorrow, very nice. On a Monday? What? Who's doing that on a Monday? Oh, Gary's saying forecast on hard, one on the softs. Who's on the softs, Gary? And Steven's saying hards won't be the best option. Well, Sky were just showing that they thought pretty much everyone was going to use the hards on the one stop, either starting on the hard or starting on the medium. So, and I've heard in chat people saying that it's high temps. So we'll see. Good luck, Dutchy. We know you're still here in spirit. Yeah, Carlos saying it's windy. That was my only thought down the back straight, is that if it's really windy, maybe that will affect how efficient the DRS is. I don't know. George Piastri so chilled out on the radio, it's crazy. If he's really like on inside, it shows amazing pressure handling. Yeah, I mean, I spend a lot of time with top drivers these days. It's amazing to see how many different philosophies there are. Some drivers like being angry. Some drivers like being very calm. Take someone like Nick Cassidy in Formula E, did the video on him. Very analytical. With someone like Sam Bird, just heart on the sleeve. Very different, completely different opposite philosophies when it comes to racing. And I see it as well when I'm racing myself, karting in the UK. See some drivers get really angry in it. That's what they think pushes them on. Some drivers, you'd never know what they're really thinking. They're kind of very hard to read. Race is going to start imminently. You're going to see it actually on the live standings first. So the live standings are going to kick off first. I'm going to watch it on my screen and I'll catch up with you. Welcome, Meditation Tone. Shark is not green anymore. Oh no. None of those emojis. No worries, Martin. Okay, so Susie K, hello, hashtag hi, I'm clap clap, makes no sense. Okay, I'm gonna call the race. You can see it on the live standings there in case someone's already crashed, maybe Verstappen's crashed. But I'm gonna call it as I see it, with the last cars coming round the back. They are going to be all straight on the pit straight. Here, there's not a curved pit straight, they all fit. Man with the green flag goes across 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Red lights go out, so they go off, and it's a great start from Verstappen, and it's a great start from Sainz. I think Sainz might have overtaken Leclerc. In fact, Leclerc's had a disaster. Perez completely overshoots everything. Amazingly doesn't take out anyone. He goes up to second momentarily, and then he can drop back to like 5th or 6th. And one of the McLarens is going to really profit. Very dramatic start here. Very dramatic start. I wonder if that Perez dive bomb basically hurt Carlos Sainz, actually. But he just came all the way through, locked up, and went through the other end of the track. I don't know what he was thinking. Absolutely mad lad start from Checo Perez. Meanwhile, it all seems to be filtering fairly sensibly down the back of the grid. Let me catch up with you now on the live standings. So yeah, Carlos Sainz, who was doing really well, I believe, is now down to P4. And it is Piastri who's massively profited there, got up to P3. So great from Piastri. And look at Hamilton in P7 and Russell down to P10. There's been some massive movers and shakers there. They've really set the tone for the GP. As the 2 Alpines are going side by side in the middle section, that possibly could have ended in tears. In fact, fair play for them going side by. Oh my goodness, one of them has basically put the other one into the wall. I don't know who's done who there, but they're going to be swearing on the radio at Alpine. It's a drag race down the straight, the back straight. Goodness me. I thought it wasn't going to work. I thought it had done okay, and then I realised it hadn't worked. So, yeah, a lot of drama down the back straight. The Alpine's still battling. There's a Williams with them. They're still going side by side. And it looks like, in the end, it's Pierre Gasly who's come out ahead of Esteban Ocon, but they could have taken themselves both out there, basically. Piastri P3, yes indeed. Piastri, I think, is a big gainer here. I see a Haas going side by side with a Mercedes. That must be Hamilton and Hülkenberg. Hamilton not able to get ahead. So lots of dicing early laps. I'm seeing a lot of cars sort of going like this and trying to overtake and doing switchbacks and double cutbacks and all of that good stuff. Yuki up to P9, yes. Yuki's up there. Isabel Flug saying that start was messy. Checo, well, Zoe must have been very excited at that Checo start. Maybe he heard you and he got a bit too excited. Martin says Alpine is like Ligier used to be. Old school reference there for the old school fans. I'm amazed that we have not had a safety car with the amount of sort of battling there was going on there, to be honest. But I think everyone's made it out alive, which is obviously great. Still some side-by-side battling with an Alpine and one of the Aston Martins. So I think, yeah, Fernando Alonso has got in between the two Alpines there who are at war with each other. C noticing, welcome hi, I'm C Hulk in P7. Yeah, Nico Hulkenberg's still there and holding off Lewis Hamilton. Some very strong defence. Not sure DRS is open yet. I think it might be this lap DRS opens. Sharkin says, yesterday was mad for safety car. Ziraki, when you pay for the F1 TV to watch a race live, is it the same view? I don't know, to be honest. No idea, mate. And Isabel Flug saying, Max already gapping Charles by 1.6 seconds. Yeah, oh, well, this is what I predicted a little bit. We'd see that gap. But guess who's got the fastest lap? It is Oscar Piastri with a 132.8. I'm sure we'll see that check. Well, that definitely will change as the cars get lighter. But yeah, Piastri fastest lap. Yeah, interesting. Daniel Ricciardo is still at the back, by the way, on the hard tyre. And there it is, Valtteri Bottas on the softs. So Bottas trying something different. Lewis Hamilton, interestingly, on the hard tyre. Hamilton, who I've never heard him not complain about tyres this season on the radio, is already giving himself the alternate strap by starting on hard tyres. So we'll see what happens there. 1.8 seconds is a gap from... I mean, you can just see on the visualization there. It's not GPS, it's sort of visualization, but you can see the gap is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy gap. Almost 2 seconds. So Verstappen is already dialing it in. Isabel saying hards are taking some time to get into the right window. Maybe. Hard to tell, if you'll excuse the pun. Early on. Lucy saying Piastri doing great as predicted. Yes, indeed. And Bradley, keep Magnussen at P19 and create havoc. Can you imagine Magnussen in P8 now? How much drama he would be causing. I think he was a little bit over the line. And Isabel Flug's already noticing the DRS train at the back. So we do have a DRS train going on. Okay. Guan Yu Zhou's in it, I can see. What we tend to see in races season, you tend to see Verstappen get quite a few seconds ahead. Then you have a secondary pack that goes down to sort of the last Mercedes. And then that's your first midfield. And then you have a second midfield after that. That's what we've usually seen. So we'll see if that repeats itself. Piastri still with the fastest lap, by the way. Kiryu, 4 a.m. in the Philippines. Well, I praise the commitment. Welcome along. You may as well stay up now and follow the race with us. But we'll see if it's going to be... Is anyone going to be able to bring it to Max here? I'm not sure. Isabel saying, I think Max is already managing the tyres. Well, Piastri's up to P2. Big change. I'm going to see where that happened. Piastri up to P2. Must have been down the back straight. I'm looking at it now. He was 5 tenths behind, with Sainz about 5 tenths behind him. So was it a big old slipstream in the DRS? Yes, it was. Whoa, big overtake from Oscar Piastri. Great overtake from Piastri. He didn't dive in late. He just sort of matched Leclerc on the brakes. And Piastri, we were asking before, is he the most underrated driver and is he going to get a podium? The answer to both could be yes. because he is up to P2. He's relinquished the fastest lap, but he's up to P2. So yeah, Snowline's noticed as well. Piastri P2, go on Oscar, with Lando down in P6. So Oscar really profited from that chaotic start caused by, I think partly caused by Leclerc's poor start, and also just Sergio Perez causing absolute havoc. So yeah, come on Piastri. So we're saying Oscar fly, guys. Isabel Flug saying Charles is struggling with tyres. Checo as well. Will we see tyre management be absolutely key here? Will someone try a cheeky two-stop? Thanks, Sharkin. Black wasn't expecting it. Well, what do we think here? Is there any possibility Piastri can open up a gap on Leclerc? Arguably, he's doing it, already 6/10, but we'll see if Leclerc gets his tyres back in the window and can come back in the DRS. Jerome saying, yeah, Leclerc already 0.8 behind Piastri. Good observation. Is there any chance of Piastri catching Max? Don't think so, but you know, can McLaren do some sort of strategy where Verstappen boxes, ends up behind Norris, Norris holds him up, and then Piastri can go long or something? That's what we kind of would love to see. Angelica's mentally praying with Isabel. Very nice. Gary, what's Steiner doing this way? Gunther Steiner was an ambassador for the Miami GP. So he's here doing lots of promo. So he's going to change crash if Oscar wins. Very nice. Going to have a look at the race start here. Let me just let you know what was going on. Yeah, super slow start for Leclerc. Carlos Sainz overtook him. But then, as Sergio Perez barreled through, Carlos Sainz couldn't turn in and Charles Leclerc was just able to nip back in. So basically, Sergio Perez really saved Charles Leclerc there. I'm going to have a look on board with Leclerc now. Oh, sorry, with Perez now. Oh, Perez false start as well, apparently. Perez been noted for a false start. Oh my goodness me. He was so close to taking out Max Verstappen. He was so close. Goodness me. It's a miracle Sergio Perez didn't take out anyone there. It was a proper torpedo move. Proper one. Welcome, Jags. What's up? Well, Ricardo started P20th, so he's as you were for Ricardo. Isabel saying, I'm having a look at the Alpines. They were putting each other in the wall. If there's no safety car, it's probably a one-stop for everyone, I think. Yeah, that's what Sky were predicting. But, I mean, are the guys on the soft tyres going to make that work? Oh, guys, it's Guy, Valtteri Bottas. Basically, nothing is happening with Ricardo right now. He's stuck at the back of the grid. He's a little bit adrift even. He's 1.2 off Kevin Magnussen. So it's really not looking good. Oh, my monitor's broken. Hopefully it's all going to work. I can look at it here. Oh, goodness me. I'm still here. Okay. 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 I got this. I think I actually have this. I think I actually have it. Hang on. I need to be a technical wizard now. Just bear with me. Bear with me while I try the technical wizardry. Have I still got it? He's still got it. He's still got it. Oh, no, I haven't because I've messed up the map. He's still got it. Ooh. Basically, my monitor turned off there. So hopefully it's all still working. Bear with me. Get the old chat back. Let me know if that's all good, chat. Let me know if it's all good. It's working for me. I can still see everything. Looking at Hamilton now. Oh my goodness. Hamilton almost crashed into Hulkenberg. So close to a huge crash. Hamilton on the radio nearly just had a big crash there. Hamilton, basically, his front right wheel was in Hulkenberg's car. And Hulkenberg eventually just bottled out of it, I think. It was getting a bit too intense for Hulkenberg. But, yeah, big drama there. My head is cut. But is that a problem? Hang on, bear with me. There we go. I think we got everything now that we need. My head is back. Okay, pro or con? We don't really know. Yeah, Piastri 2.9, but fastest lap again for Piastri, which is pretty good. Can he maintain P2? They're all going to come after him. They're all going to come after him for sure. Good to know that I need to change this monitor maybe. Isabel, Charles is struggling with rear tyres. Carlos asking to switch already. That's a big one. Someone's just locked up here. Did Hamilton lock up and let Hülkenberg back through? Yes, he did. Hamilton locked up in the last corner. And after all that drama, has let Nico Hülkenberg back through. So that is probably going to be a big fight between them. Laps aren't showing. You want the laps at the top? Sorry. Yeah, my bad. Do you mean like that, Christopher? Sorry, that's my bad. That wasn't very pro of me. Snowline's still calling out Piastri. He's still there. I think we're going to see the driver who was the rookie last season. Is he going to be able to hold off Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Sergio Perez, and Lando Norris? Because then you got the Hülkenberg train, although I suspect Hamilton's going to get past in the DRS. I'd be amazed if Hamilton doesn't get past in DRS this time. Yeah, welcome to new subscribers. Bugarja, Zaj, and Gary as well. Keep an eye on that Piastri gap, everyone. Keep an eye if he's going to catch Verstappen. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Isabel Paflag saying he's going to do a masterclass. This would be one of the all-time drives if he's able to catch Verstappen. And crucially, he's on the verge of breaking out of the DRS from Charles Leclerc. Absolutely critical. Angelica, you can see there in the gap, you can see it's 2.7 at the moment in that column there. They're all saying, I think Tsunoda will climb up in the points. Do we think Piastri? It says 2.7 seconds at the moment, and Piastri was faster last lap. Piastri was faster. Zach Brown is on the blower with Sky right now on the Sky feed, so he's feeling pretty confident. So he said, "Let's go, Oscar." Do we have any Oscar Piastri fans in the chat? Maybe he will feel the support, or is he just going to get swallowed up in the DRS? Because all Leclerc needs to do is say to Carlos Sainz, "Hey, Carlos, give me a few laps. I'm going to cool everything down. I'm going to charge the ERS to max, and I'm just going to go down. I'm going to do it down the DRS straight." Christopher saying Ricciardo's washed. Ricciardo certainly not doing anything to sort of defend against those accusations right now. Is there a possibility to show tyre setup? I think it shows from time to time. Bob Hülkenberg driving a bus. How? Okay, Hülkenberg has been overtaken by Hamilton though. Crucially, there is going to be a big train now. And I wonder if some drivers in that train are going to pit earlier rather than be stuck in that train. Have a look at the lap times in the train and compare them with what Hamilton was going to do now out of the train. So we might see some interesting strategy there. Gary, send the subscribe. Zilda stress. Why are you stressed, Zilda? What's there to be stressful about? Sinise saying going Piastri. Gabriella saying Hamilton on fire. Great for Hamilton here to get past Hülkenberg. And now we've got to see if Russell can get past him. But Hamilton on the hard tyre. So Hamilton couldn't really afford to stay there. Is Alex Albon pitted? Albon has pitted early. So Albon might be a driver in that train that's like, you know what, I've had enough. Can he go to the end on the hards from here? What do we think? Why is Ricciardo last? Well, he's not. Alex Albon's behind him now because he's boxed. So, a few things to watch out for in this race. We've got Piastri. Can he hold off Leclerc? Again, just losing a couple of tenths, but it's still the gap only 2.6. So, you know, if you're that group there, Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, do you actually work together? Is there a possibility to work together here? 99% chance, no. But 1% chance maybe they work together, I don't know. Hülkenberg on the radio, some awareness when we're racing would be good. Who's that message to and from? What does it mean? Some awareness when we're racing would be good. Is that a message to Hülkenberg? Fabian Leclerc holding up Sainz. This is what I said before. I said if Sainz puts on the pressure, then Ferrari might need to just say, look, let Carlos through, he's faster. Does anyone like Zach? Is that Zach Brown? Chris was saying Sargent up to P15. Isabel's saying, I don't think Albon can go until the end. Okay. Venica saying Ricciardo's chance. Blacker, in my honest opinion, everyone deserves a one-to-one against Max at least once in a season. All the good vibes for Piastri. Well, let's see. We've seen more drivers now pit in the midfield. They don't want to be stuck in that Hulkenberg train. So they're going to try and do an undercut basically here. Significant undercut because Hulkenberg is holding everyone up. Ironically, I wonder if they're going to end up in a Magnussen train. If they catch Magnussen, we'll see. Because maybe Magnussen will just play second fiddle. He seems to be loving it. I think Magnussen knows that he's not going to win a Grand Prix in Formula One ever. He got close, by the way, from McLaren in this first season, didn't he? But he's not going to win one, so he may as well just play second fiddle. He seems to be loving it, playing the VIN a little bit. Oh, big lock up there for Hulkenberg, just ahead of George Russell. But Russell has managed to get through. So Hulkenberg locked up going past the start-finish line, basically, or the first corner of the lap, and then that allowed Russell to catch up. And Russell managed to get past before even needing to get to the big DRS straight. Whoa, we don't need ESPN here. We don't need ESPN. Oh, okay. It's on ABC anyway. If you know, you know. Welcome, Fabian. Did Ricciardo crash and joined back? No, he started at the back. He started last. James saying Piastri won't catch up. I tell you what, James, it's still the gap is only 2.7, 2.8 seconds. It's definitely. Do we agree this is the closest we've seen a gap be to Verstappen, excluding Australia? Is that fair to say? This season? Angelica, is it possible Danny in 10? I'd say it's very unlikely, but you never know. Crazy things happen. Oh, Hulkenberg boxes. Ah, okay. So Hulkenberg is boxed early. That's going to release Tsunoda. And maybe Tsunoda Ocon, because Gasly's pitted. So Tsunoda Ocon, Alonso, and Guan Yu Zhou might now just be able to stay on their main strategy here and sort of have stronger tyres near the end of the race. Interesting one. Sir just heard in Sky Radio that Max has some sort of damage. Can we get a confirmation on that? Can we get any other sources on that one? ACPW to impress Piastri, assuming Max not sandbagging. I think you'd be pretty crazy to sandbag at this stage of the race. So I think we can assume he's not sandbagging, even though Roll says Max is sandbagging. Fabian's excited to be here. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to the team. We've got so many people here. We're going to get done on the cost cap. Lucy Max is just having a lovely Sunday drive. GFA, why is it on ABC? I don't know why. I don't know what the difference is really. Don't more people have ABC? Zilda says Zilda is George Russell's cousin. Well, George Russell, your cousin, has gone through to P8 right now. And catching Hamilton, I have to say. Catching Hamilton pretty sharpish, I think. So we could see an interesting battle there. Potentially. Welcome to Shapo Moshikachi. Well, we're 13 laps in. There's still 44 laps to go. Isabel saying Max not satisfied with stability but no damage. Okay, I'm looking at... Oh my goodness, Albon, big overtake on a Aston. Alex Albon just did a huge overtake on Lance Stroll, but Lance Stroll must have cut him back because Lance Stroll is now ahead of him. Oh, Lance Stroll's running wide there. Lance Stroll's going to get a big penalty. I think Alex Albon overtook Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll then dove back in deep and basically forced Albon off track. So I think that's going to be a penalty there for Lance Stroll. Very uncharacteristic from Lance Stroll. What happened to the Checo investigation? Great question, Davina. I haven't seen anything. Science on radio saying, are we going to try something in front or... And being told we're looking into it. I think Carlos Sainz probably feels like he's being held up here. Piastri, 3.1 seconds to Verstappen. It's not a huge lead. By the way, have a look at Norris on Perez. Have a look at Lando Norris, super close to Perez. Yeah, Max complaining about the clutch. Okay, So potential clutch issues for Max Verstappen, something you definitely want to nurture there. You don't want to do it. No further investigation on Checo. Maybe he moved a little bit, but it was intolerance. And he thought, screw it, I'm just going to dive bomb everyone in turn 1 anyway. Yeah, Lando getting very interested in the rear bumper of Sergio Perez. So Perez, maybe the Red Bull's just not massively suited here. Could be that. We know they haven't had it all their own way. The Ferrari radio was Carlos Sainz, I think, saying, are they going to change anything here? Basically do a swap, but he is 1.2 seconds behind that. Can Hamilton go top 3? Very much doubt it. That'd have to be a big crash, but we'll see. Piastri with the fastest sector 1, by the way, out of anyone. And again, he's only 2 tenths behind Max Verstappen last lap. Just 2 tenths. Very close. It's very close. 3 seconds. The gap has gone down. We rarely see this. Pedro Barallo, John McCabe are here for some, well, pretty uncharted waters this season. Genuine challenging to Max Verstappen, I would say. I mean, 3 seconds is nothing when you think about it. When you really think about it, 3 seconds is not a lot of time. Are they all on the mediums except Lewis? I think, yeah, going down the top 10 they are. Alonso and Kevin Magnussen also started on the hards. Stephen saying Matt's picking up the pace. And Chris was saying it will come down who's faster at the pits. Yeah, you have. I mean, we know Red Bull are just so good in the pits. That amazing double stop they did with Max and Perez last time out, I believe in China, wasn't it? A safety car. So we know they're very good in the pits. But if a tyre starts to roll down the pit lane or something, yeah, it could happen. We'll have to see. It looks like it's only going to be one pit stop unless there's a safety car. But it could be fairly soon because a lot of other drivers in the midfield, lower midfield, seem to go early to get out of the Hulkenberg train. They felt like they could do it. Cliff knows Zimbabwe very well. Gabriel is saying Piastri with driver of the week. Well, let's hold on to that thought. Let's get a bit closer to the end of the race. By the way, Lando, again, very keen interest in Sergio Perez. I'm looking at the Perez pace as potentially indicative of what could happen to Red Bull. Zoe says, oof. Remember, Zoe's at the track, so that is as live as you can get. So maybe there's been something. Who knows? Christopher, safety car could throw a curveball. Yes, indeed. Could 100% throw a curveball. Charles Leclerc just did the fastest lap, by the way. He's a driver behind Oscar Piastri. Oh, wonder if Charles Leclerc feels like, he could potentially get a win here. It's very close. Something is not right with the Red Bulls. Maybe they've identified something on both cars that they need to manage. Pia says, let's go Lando. Isabel Plug saying Verstappen being told to push. Sainz starting to struggle. Yeah, Sainz is dropping off a little bit, isn't he? 1.5 off. Meanwhile, Lando Norris is absolutely all over, it seems, Sergio Perez. I'm having a look at the live pictures here. Yes, I can confirm that. As they were going down the last corner. So basically, Lando closing up in that big DRS zone. When to say hard tyres result in a no pit stop strat, well, you always need to do a pit stop in Formula One. You can't finish the race on the same tyres you started. Right in a dry race anyway. Davina, how do you rate the race so far? That's a very difficult question. Who knows? It's going to be how it develops. I mean, I want to see how it's going to develop here with Piastri in particular and Verstappen. 3.3 seconds. Not a massive load of difference there. Yeah, Lucy confirming you have to pit. So 3.2. It looks like Verstappen might be teasing out that gap a little bit. But interesting that he's not getting fastest lap after fastest lap. And also where this could become very interesting, by the way, is if for some reason Verstappen needs to box earlier, Perez boxes. Sergio Perez has boxed. Does that mean the Red Bulls feel like they need to box early? Perez is going to come out here in a load of traffic, I believe. Thank you, Cliff, for the membership. Appreciate it. 1 month membership there. Perez is going to come out here possibly behind Alonso. No, I think he'll be ahead of Alonso. but will be behind Ocon. So Sergio Perez comes out all that way there. If Verstappen boxes and ends up behind Lando, could McLaren put Lando on a Magnussen strat and really hold up Verstappen if Verstappen doesn't have that clear difference in pace? Let me know what you think in the chat. No Space saying Max needs to spin at turn 1 and crash. Not the optimal strat, I would say, for Max, if I'm going to be honest. Muntasir, you appreciate Nico Rosberg more when you look at the gap between Perez and Max compared to Hamilton and Nico. Is this all good news for Nico Hulkenberg? It was a 1.9 second stop for Perez, by the way. Cliff, my subscription is off. No, I can see you are subscribed as a member. You've got the green badge. Isabel Flug says, it's a good shout. Would Lando do it? By the way, some Pirelli people looking anxious in the Red Bull garage or some activity there. Keep an eye on Verstappen. Basically, if Carlos Sainz is struggling for tyres, I reckon Carlos Sainz is going to be the first Ferrari to box. If Charles Leclerc is feeling really good on tyres, it's a shame it's not a two-stop this race like we had in previous ones where Leclerc has been going long. Didn't Leclerc go long in Japan? And didn't he go long in China as well? He definitely went long in Japan. So Charles Leclerc could potentially do something interesting here. Zoe says, you will see, guys. Zoe is teasing us all. It's fair to say. ACPW, I hope you're right. You rarely see that type of blocking from the top teams. And what a legend. Lando would go down. Lando would go down a legend. Oscar would go down a legend. I don't know if you guys saw the Formula E race at Monaco. Jaguar did. They did exactly what I'm talking about with Cassidy and Mitch Evans. They just blocked for each other when the others were taking this hat mode, equivalent to a pit stop sort of thing. Thanks so much, Cliff, for this 14 ZAR. Is that South African Rand? Thanks so much, Cliff. Please can we all hit that like button on Cliff's donation? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I know you've been looking forward to the stream because you've been commenting. So here we go. Yeah, thank you so much. Please get your claps out, everyone, for Cliff there. Yeah, Jaguar TCS did exactly this in Formula E. Lando sights the car ahead. Should we go after him rather than protect against Perez? Lando saying, yeah, we're going to go after him. So, Leclerc pits. Leclerc pits. Wow. Presumably not going to get undercut by Perez. No, nowhere near getting undercut by Perez. In fact, he's going to split the Mercedes here. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Leclerc can get past Hamilton. Is Leclerc, great shout from Lucy. Can Leclerc do an undercut on Verstappen? But Ferrari would have known they would have come out behind Hamilton. So maybe they think they have such a pace difference, they can just get Hamilton on the straight with DRS. And then that forces Verstappen to pit early, and maybe Carlos goes long or something. Hit the like or else. Threats in chat. I don't know how many likes are on chat. Set a target and we'll hit it. Don't know what the target should be. Are we on 100 likes? Are we going to see Verstappen box now? Lando with the fastest lap. He's on the move. Carlos Sainz with the fastest first sector. Maybe Ferrari going for a double box here. I'm on board with Sergio Perez making a move on the Alpine. Not something he really would have wanted to have done, but that's where he's ended up. That would have been on Esteban Ocon. Yeah, no threats on live. So Sainz does a box, Verstappen does a box. Leclerc, keep it on the Leclerc pace as well, and the Hamilton pace compared to the Verstappen pace. That's the important thing, I think. 130 likes. Thank you so much, everyone. That is a lot of likes. Push to 200. That's where we've got to go now. BS saying Max is pushing. So Max is now, 3.7 ahead of Piastri. It's not a huge gap, though. It's not a huge gap. So interesting what we're going to see. Keep an eye on the lap times. I'm sure Ferrari would have wanted Leclerc to come out ahead of Hamilton. It looks like it's very close now. So I imagine Leclerc is going to try and get past Hamilton on the big straight this lap, and then we'll see true Leclerc pace. Bit of a strain, so it wasn't that delta in the pace. Or in fact, like Leclerc's going to get it done already. Leclerc gets it done down the weaving back straight, or whatever straight you want to call that. Is Hamilton going to do a last ditch move? No. So Leclerc has been released now. Now we're going to see true Leclerc pace. Roy, do you reckon Piastri can win? I think I'd say he has a 20% chance of winning, honestly. Isabel Fug saying he's all over Hamilton. He must have been. Does it look like he was in the move? I haven't seen the live pictures here yet. Show that. The director just ain't interested in that sort of action. Oh, here we go. I'm on board with Leclerc now, as he was going to be doing that move. Hamilton went defensive. Oh my goodness. Great move by Leclerc. Round the outside. That was not an easy move. That was not an easy move. The two teammates for next season at Ferrari, Leclerc just absolutely buoyed Hamilton there. Really 10 out of 10 overtake that. Very good overtake from Charles Leclerc. That's not an easy one. It's a bit of debris on the back straight, it seems. Not sure who that's come off. Ooh, the Red Bull mechanics were out and they came back in. The Red Bull mechanics were out and they came back in. So, some fun and games there. You see that all the time back in F1. Verstappen, I hit that cone in turn 15. Check the front wing. Maybe it's Verstappen's front wing's come off. Whoa. The Red Bull pit will look very worried. They look very worried. What? I'm on board with Verstappen. What have you done? Oh my goodness, he hit the cone. He hit the cone in the chicane. And it was stuck in his wing for a bit. He cut the chicane, hit the cone. I don't think anything came off the car though. I think he just sheared the cone. And he was riding with the cone a little bit like you do in iRacing. And then it came out the back of the car. Somehow it came through the rear wing. So that was the debris that I spotted. The red debris was their red and white cone. So maybe that's why they had the pit crew out, because they were worried about front wing damage. The question is, it's pretty much on the racing line on the last corner where Hulkenberg's going now onto the back straight. Are they going to do a safety car or a yellow flag or a VSC? A VAC ain't going to cut it, because to get a marshal over a barrier there, around the barrier, is going to be very difficult. Which idiot put that cone there? I think it was Max Verstappen placed it there. So Alonso and Ocon coming to the pits at the same time. The two best buddies. That's great. Oh, and the Red Bull mechanics come out again. And then come back into the pits. And Ferrari do the same. I believe. Yes. So there's all sorts of shenanigans going on now. There's shenanigans. I think, obviously, Ferrari want to match. It must be Sainz wants to match what Verstappen is doing. I think Ferrari really think they can get a win here. I really do. There's a element of urgency. Russell, the cone has blown onto the racing line. Classic Russell crying about it. Virtual safety car. VSC. Chat, get your yellow emojis in. VSC. Surely now we see Verstappen box under VSC. And the McLarens and Sainz and Norris, I don't know. Marshall, very brave Marshall, runs onto the track, picks up the clone. Big bonus to that Marshall, please. Do we agree? Lots of activity in the pits. Obviously, Ocon and Alonso pitted. Maybe that was under the VSC because that's slightly ahead of what I'm seeing. There we go. Yellow emojis coming out. Piastri slowing down. Verstappen comes in. Piastri takes the lead of the race. Oh, none of the others box. They called his bluff. None of the... Oh, there's two McLarens not boxed. It could be 5D chess. Chat, it could be 5D chess. And also, I think it went green before Verstappen boxed. I'm having a look at the live pictures. Verstappen got the call box spots, but I think it was green. Yes. Verstappen boxed under green. So Verstappen just didn't save any time in the pits. I think Red Bull have messed this up. I think Red Bull have messed this up. I think they tried to be too clever. They've been coming in and out of the pit box, and that time they shouldn't have boxed. They've given up. Well, we know Verstappen's going to make up that gap to Norris, we think. He's not looking super sharp today. But they've given up track position to 2 McLarens. And Leclerc's right behind him now as well. Oh, what have you got, Charles Leclerc? I tell you what, this is, at this stage of the race, this is the most, maybe leaving aside Australia, this is the most interesting race we've had this season. At this moment. Let me know if you agree or disagree. We're not biased here. We're not paid by anyone. Say whatever we want. Alonso was dicing with, don't tell me it was Hulkenberg train. Yeah, it was. Ocon dicing with Hulkenberg. There's a big old Hulkenberg train there. See, Ocon's just got ahead. ACBW agrees. And yeah, Ricciardo up to P11. Has he boxed though? Has he boxed? What about the Bottas strat? Well, okay. Not great. He started on soft tyre. He's now last. Fastest lap for Lando. So let's keep an eye on this. Now bear in mind, Piastri needs to box. Okay. So Verstappen has already boxed. Leclerc, so this cost a bit compared to Piastri. We need to push. Yeah, but the race is long, guys. The tyres feels good. So Leclerc team noting that we lost out. But I don't think they really did lose out, to be honest, because no one they're racing against boxed under VSC. So I think they're being a bit harsh, and Leclerc feels good. Leclerc was saying, yeah, top 3 need to box. So we've got... So where is that top 3 going to filter into? Where is Piastri going to filter into? Hamilton needs to box as well, right? Does Hamilton need to box? Hamilton's just that far behind. Shows you how off the Mercedes is. Yeah, because Russell's box and he's down to P12. So interestingly, Hamilton could become a little bit of a artificial bottleneck because he hasn't boxed it. We will see. Yes, Ricciardo in P10. But he must not have boxed. Yeah, Ricciardo hasn't boxed yet, so he needs to do his pit stop. So Piastri doesn't box, Sainz doesn't box, Norris doesn't box. That's your top 3 right now. Very interesting race. Morabita said, why Mercedes don't change the tyres? Don't tell me they didn't change the tyres on Russell's car. Don't tell me they've gone mediums to mediums. That would be a bit of a weird strat. But also a Mercedes strat. That's what they like to do. Angelica says, go Danny. Yeah. Chat, who are we supporting? Who are we supporting right now? It's a very interesting race. I'm interested for this. And we're not even halfway through. Jan saying Max will retake. Oh my goodness, big overtake there from must be Alonso and Hulkenberg came steaming up. Jan saying Max will retake the league after everyone has boxed. I would imagine so, but we don't know for sure. And if there's a safety car now, for example, Max is quite significantly compromised. Actually, I don't know. If there's a safety car now, would Piastri come out ahead of Verstappen? Kind of depends, doesn't it? Chris was saying, Sergeant Baby, Davina Go Oscar, Pia with that papaya love. I'm looking here. Ocon on Hulkenberg. He was round the outside. A lot earlier than Leclerc did his move. Yeah, nice move there by Ocon. Isabel Plug saying Haas has fallen off. Yeah, I mean, Hulkenberg is looking absolutely bodied there in the midfield. So the gap between Piastri and Verstappen is 15.6 seconds. I reckon with a safety car, Piastri would box and come out of heads. So that's the position that he's been able to put himself into. Black is supporting Piastri. Catty supporting Verstappen. Aaron missed a start. How is Verstappen only 4th? Well, he decided to box. Hamilton on the radio saying it's impossible now to see the curb in the chicane. The reason why they have that bollard that Verstappen ran over, interesting by the way that he didn't lock up, but interesting that he ran deep and had to run over it when he's in first place. The reason they have it there, I think, is to signify where the curb is. It's a bit like in Laguna Seca, the corkscrew. There's a tree in the middle. You know where the curb is on the other side because you know where the tree is. So without that curb, I think we might see more drivers going deep, potentially. Looks like Hamilton's box, by the way. I'm looking at a replay of George Russell, not sure why. Didn't look like anything happened. So Hamilton's boxed. And he's come out just ahead of George Russell. Charles Leclerc with the fastest first sector. By the way, look at the gap. Please, someone in chat, keep an eye on the gap between Leclerc and Verstappen. That is a critical gap. If that stays the same, Oh my goodness, Leclerc was so slightly faster than Verstappen last lap. I don't think it'll be a penalty. No. You can run wide. But it's something you see in esports. I mean, ironically, I've raced Max Verstappen in esports, and he crashed into me, if you've seen the video. But, Piastri boxes. But in esports, sometimes you take out markers like that. So let's see where Piastri comes out. He's not waiting for safety car. Is he going to come out ahead of Leclerc? And Sainz boxes as well. Keep an eye on Piastri versus Leclerc. Presumably Leclerc is going to have done a big undercut on Piastri. Oh. Nope. Oh. I don't know. I need to watch it. It looks like Leclerc came out ahead. I need to see it 30 seconds later what happened there. Looks like 5 DHS from Leclerc. That fastest sector you see you put in there might well have done it. I mean, Leclerc did a 132 dead. It's faster than anyone else. Let me see what happened. So he's got some information. So he's got some intel there. So what's the inside information? I'm having a look here. Piastri. Oh, it wasn't even close. It was a 2.6 second stop for Piastri as well, though. I reckon if they'd done a 1.9, might have come out ahead. So bad news there for Piastri. But there you go. That's actually your top 5. Well, leave Norris. Verstappen, Leclerc, Piastri, Sainz, Perez. That is all for position. And so Leclerc is pretty damn close to Verstappen. He's very close to Verstappen, I would say, relatively speaking. Yellow flag, Verstappen. There's some radio there. I don't think Verstappen would have spun. He would have lost a lot more time. But I think I read something about locking up. And yes, there was a yellow flag in Sector 1. There was a yellow flag in Sector 1. Oh, Haas in the wall. Haas in the barrier. Front wing looks like it might be damaged. And there's a Williams as well in the barrier. So they've clearly come together. Is it Kevin Magnussen? Yes. Is it Logan Sargent? Yes. And McLaren come out here to pit stop. Has Sergio Perez boxed twice? Safety car! Safety car, everyone. Put your safety cars in. Safety car, safety car, safety car, safety car, safety car. I think it's Logan Sargent can't get the car started. Very interesting. This is fantastic news, surely, for Lando Norris. This is Lando Norris's dream come true. This is great news for McLaren and Lando. Lando. Was Perez involved in it or something? Why has Perez had to box again? Perez has gone on mediums. I'm not sure what's gone on there with old Sergio P. So keep an eye on Lando here. Lando has a 30 second gap to Verstappen. Is that because Verstappen's been picked up by the safety car? Has this gone even better? Oh my goodness. But it needs to pick up the leader. Why has it not picked up Lando? Why is it not picking up Lando? This is great news. And so for everyone watching, this is great news for Lando. It's been a safety car. Kevin Magnussen and Logan Sargent came together. I'm going to watch what happened now. Lando's inevitably going to pit. So Magnussen was behind Sargent, going over the start-finish line. Magnussen on the outside. It looks like Logan Sargent might have pinched him a little bit. Magnussen tries to cut back. They're side by side on the exit where the pit exit is. And Magnussen just basically is too close to Sargent. As Sargent turns in, they make contact. Yeah, Sargent's car is toast, loses the back end. I think it's probably on Magnussen. But Sargent needs to turn in at some point. I think it might be on Magnussen not backing out. But anyway, Lando could have done 3 pit stops, frankly. So, but I don't know how he got such a gap under the safety car. Got such a gap under the safety car. I don't know why Perez needed to pit as well. But there we go. Lando Norris now in the lead of the GP. And we are going to have a safety car restart. It's not going to go VSC and flick green. We're going to have a safety car restart. So Lando Norris is in the pound seats here. With half of the race to go, he has the freshest tyres. And fairly significantly fresher than Max Verstappen. Completely free pit stop for Lando there. Obviously, Carlos Sainz and Piastri will be regretting not going a bit longer as well. Lando did box. Lando boxed. I'm pretty sure Lando boxed because I saw the McLaren pit crew out, so. I've never seen a safety car benefit a driver so much. Like, if you just look at it now, can you just see how much that has benefited Lando Norris? The guy is literally boxed. Does he have a lap lead? I don't know, because has the safety car picked... Why is the safety car picked up Verstappen? The safety car is ahead of Verstappen here. This ain't right. I don't know if they've messed up here, but that safety car needs to be picking up Lando. Miami may have messed this up. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. Pull out another safety car? Or filter back that safety car? I don't... unless Lando overtook the safety car, unless the safety car came out and it was neck and neck. Isabel Flug saying the safety car messed up. Chat, what do we think? What do we know? I'm looking at the live pictures. The safety car is ahead of Verstappen. That's why I was noticing everyone. It looked like that's where it was. It's just out of habit. Yeah. Locked on to Verstappen. AI. Are we going to get a Lando, you may overtake everyone and get an extra lap? I think they're going to have to release everyone. And then the safety car will pull in. Yes, that's what's happening. The safety car is pulling over. It's going to let everyone through and pick up Lando. It means we're going to have quite a long time on the safety car. In my real world racing, you kind of have to think like what's happening. So, is this Maxon's fault? Yeah, Maxon went for a gap that wasn't really there, I think. And I have to say, after his defending, like I said earlier, I think Maxon's a little bit over the line, to be honest. Don't know what he was thinking there, because he wouldn't even have the inside for the next corner with City 1. James saying safety car messed up. Hannah McGarry saying Zach Brown was doing a great job. I mean, this is all good news, I think, for Lando, because it means he can cruise around still. It's going to be a much longer safety car. And he's going to maintain that tyre advantage. Yeah, 10-second penalty for the safety car. Maybe I should drive the safety car. This could be Lando Norris's first win in Formula 1. Which would be a big deal. A big deal. I've raced Lando in F1 2020 or something. Got a video on it. Pia says never give up. Bianca Bustamante is there as well. She had a really good result in F1 Academy. Said the Papaya Army having a good weekend. The safety car will not wait to pick up Lando Norris. What does that mean? No, it has picked up Lando Norris, so. So there we go. So I presume now the safety car has picked up Lando. I'm trying to look at the pictures here. Why hasn't Alonso boxed? It presumably just an absolute mad lad. If Haas offered me a seat to take it, yes, I would. I'd need to lose a lot of weight very quickly. Kevin Magnusson's been giving a penalty already, by the way. 10-second penalty for Magnussen. I mean, I just don't think it's on. I've said that all stream. So, yeah, the restart's going to be crazy. Christopher Reigns and Seema noticing it. Davina saying, watch Piastri in the restart. I've had people commenting to me saying, I don't know how you can end someone's race and just get a 10-second penalty. I mean, I agree. It looks like Maxon's coming to the pits. Maybe has some race-ending damage or something. Mark Johnson, homemade vegetable samosas and a bottle of Badger's Old Champion. What? It sounds like I like the sound of that a lot. Okay. Christopher, can Lando defend and hold off Max on the restart? That's a critical question. That is the question here. Can Lando... I would say two questions, actually. Can Lando hold off Verstappen at least until DRS? And will Leclerc really send it on Verstappen here? Will there be a bit of a Leclerc moving up moment? Roy, do you think Piastri might get a podium? Kind of sucks for Piastri that he's ended up in P4 here, but he was leading the race, wasn't he? He was leading the race. So that just shows how quickly it can change. Someone's in the Ferrari garage. It's Alexandra St. Malux. Christopher, probably Lando's greatest test in F1 yet. If he wins it from here, no question, great driver. Great driver hasn't always been in the best cars. If he doesn't win it from here, he's going to be like Tottenham in football. He's going to be like Lando just fumbles it. Lando bottles it. Lando ain't that guy. He's not that guy. Alexandra is Charles's girlfriend. Okay, very nice. Now I know. Now I know that she's not on the market. Good information for me if we're ever opposite each other. Safety car ending. Yes, indeed. Safety car ending. So there we go. Safety car restart. It's underway on the live timing, actually. You can see it already. I can see the cars weaving down the back straight as Lando was getting ready to start that restart. Seems like he left it very late, as I've seen drivers do here before. I seem to remember, was it Bottas doing a restart here once? I can't remember. Or Hamilton. But yeah, left it very late and had to defend against Verstappen to turn 1. So big defensive moves from Lando, but still ahead of Verstappen. Critical moments there. Davina, there's no fumble if you lose to Max and the Red Bull. Yeah, but when you add up this to Sochi, I don't know. Isabel Flug saying Grand Usual on softs. What's going on there? I don't know. It's just the kick, stake, banter strategy, I think. Reminder from Vlack to mind the language. Maybe that's for me. Maybe I let something slip. But yeah, let's see. Is Magnussen out on track? Yes, he is. They must have changed the nose cone or something else there. And Ricciardo P15. So Ricciardo has benefited from that for sure. Getting a cheeky free pit stop in. Zoe wishes I was girlfriend of Checo, but I'm unlucky. Zoe, you said you're pregnant. Right, so Lando is still ahead. 131.1. Wow, big gap. Big gap. 1.5 second gap to Verstappen. Welcome, Alex, about to start work in Tasmania. I would keep this on in your earphones if you can. Because Lando, after the restart, is 1.4 seconds ahead. Okay, I'm not banned by my mods. Good. The mods wield the willpower here. Easy to say. Yeah, with just 24 laps to go, could we be seeing a Lando Norris victory? Pia says it's Lando's day. I see a lot of people here in the chat who last year were supporting McLaren as well. So you see a lot of hardcore Papaya Army fans. How many laps? 24 laps to go. Roy saying Piastri will get Leclerc. Well, I mean, what a great day that would be for McLaren. Seema, we wish, but Max is too fast. Well, let's see. The gap is still 1.4 seconds. Remember, we saw Verstappen was not able to get away at the start of this race. Is something that we noted. About a 3-second gap to Piastri is not normal. So maybe he just doesn't have the pace. In fact, Leclerc is closer to Verstappen than Verstappen is to Lando Norris. Angelica, let's just hope this McLaren can fend off that monster of Red Bull. Yellow, we'll see. Hannah McGarry, I'm thinking we could have a Lando win after 5 years waiting for this. Eve says, go on Norris. Stemma says, Lando won't win. Dakota, pessimist, just waiting. Let me know in the chat right now. Do you think Lando's going to win this, yes or no? Lando win, yes or no? Let me know in the chat. I really want to feel what the consensus is right now, if I can speak. Piastri ahead of Sainz. I think he was always ahead of Sainz, wasn't he? Unless I got that wrong. We got no, yes, yes. Lando, yes, yes. Alan Moss with the yes. Vanna King with the yes. Kate says yes, why not? Dobby says no. Neil says yes. Davina says Lando third. I think Carlos Sainz got ahead of Piastri, and then Piastri defended. Oh, big defense. Piastri could be in the bin for that. Piastri could get a penalty. Yep, turn length, leaving the track and gaining advantage. I think Piastri may have overtaken Sainz sort of off track. And Sainz was not happy about it on the radio. Jerry says Lando is a nervous wreck when Max is behind. I'm on board here with Hamilton and Tsunoda. Hamilton tried to go clean around the outside of Tsunoda. Tsunoda almost put him in the wall. Great move by Hamilton. Great move by Hamilton there on Tsunoda. Because Tsunoda almost ended him. Dakota can't see. I'm a huge pessimist. Zoe says win for Red Bull again. I think Lando might have this. Honestly, I think Lando might have this. There's something not right about that Red Bull of Verstappen. And also, you've got to think about the championship. Like, coming second in this race doesn't affect Verstappen's championship chances at all. Doesn't mean anything. So, but having a DNF would, potentially. So Verstappen finishing P2 here is great. So Sainz said just tell him to give me a position and he won't get a penalty. Hang on, it's Carlos Sainz playing some 5D chess there. I don't think he really cares whether Piastri gets a penalty or not. I think he wants the position now. Carlos Sainz was on the radio saying just give me the position back from Piastri who doesn't get a penalty. Instead of saying he's getting further ahead, yes indeed. Jason saying it's Max's time. Not sure. Gary saying steadily increasing the gap. Yeah, a lot of you watching now the gap between Norris and Verstappen. Norris 0.2, almost 0.3 faster in Sector 1 alone. It's a big difference. Big difference. Someone said Orlando Bloom it. What? Almost a 2-second gap. Yes, indeed. Angelica, it doesn't mean anything for Verstappen overall, but it's everything for Lando. Yes, it is. I can't believe that I'm witnessing this, actually. Could be about to see Lando's first win in Formula 1. I've been so harsh on Lando. Don't you agree? I've been so harsh on Lando. I've said, like, he does too much outside of Formula 1. His focus isn't there. He's getting gently beaten by Piastri. He never seems to be able to convert. He's never in the right place at the right time, like in Australia. I've been harsh on the boy. But maybe it's coming good now. Davina saying he has fresh, and he's got fresh tyres. And he's just set the fastest lap. Is he going to burn up his tyres though? Oh my goodness, Verstappen might be on the comeback here because Verstappen has dropped Leclerc. Is Verstappen about to just end all of this? He's like, stop dreaming about a Lando win. Zer saying Lando's remaining row in the brat has to win sometime. Bit harsh. Is that a compliment? No further investigation between Piastri and Sainz. Wow. Good job he didn't give back the position then. Carlos Sainz like, give me the position. Give it. It's okay. You won't get a penalty. Naughty Carlos there, playing the smooth operator. So Verstappen 2.3 seconds ahead. Norris is still absolutely beastly in Sector 1. Makes me think something isn't right with the Red Bull in that twisty Sector 1. Pedro saying Verstappen coming back. Isabel, Lando is good. I tell you what, if you're a Lando fan, these 20 laps are going to go quickly, I think. Blackwood, to be fair, as much as I like Lando, he's just not consistent. Nothing wrong in stating that he too messed up sometimes. Well, ultimate question here, is he going to bottle it or not? He's gained 0.3 on Verstappen that lap alone. But Verstappen has put 0.5 on Leclerc. And also, Norris was a second ahead of Piastri, although Piastri is having to defend a bit from Carlos Sainz. Dakota saying he's burning up his tyres. I mean, we saw in Sochi, Lando and McLaren didn't get it right against Lewis Hamilton then. This is bringing back a bit of flashbacks to me. 2 weeks ago, I was in Italy in Misano watching Formula E. I saw Oliver Rowland. I was with Nissan for part of the day. Oliver Rowland was doing a race like Lando is now, just in the lead, like making it look so easy. And he ran out of battery on the last lap. They'd miscalibrated it, and they thought the race was gonna end one lap earlier. And I wonder if Lando's doing a similar thing with his tyres. We need to see if they're gonna fall off. Martin says first points for Alpine. It could be. Look at Ocon there. I'm not sure. Have they scored points before? No, I think they've got close. Rock says 1.6 gap, Leclerc and Vettel. Yeah, so Verstappen is a 2.6 second gap. Remember, Verstappen needs to get within a second to get DRS. So really, we're looking at a 1.6 second gap. But again, Verstappen losing time in that lap to Lando. Lando is really on it. Black's crystal ball is blurry. We don't know what's going to happen. Remaflay saying Perez being hounded by Hamilton. Is that indicative of the Red Bull just not being there for Miami? Red Bull haven't really turned up. Maybe too much promo, too much partying. Who knows? Jerry, this track is unpredictable with tyres. This could be any one of the top 5 races to win. Pity Alonso is not in the mix. Let's see. We know it's been hot as well in Miami. We've got Zoe from the chat in the crowd, in the paddock. Here they are, starting to be nervous. Let us know what the vibe is. Are people really feeling that it's a buzz there that Lando might win this? Isabel Flug saying the upgraded McLaren is looking good for sure. Yeah. Davina, if I was Max and Landon was my mate, I'd let him win. He deserves it. If I know racing drivers, that ain't how it works. So saying Max had issues with Miami and Singapore last year. Yeah, Singapore was the dramatic race last year, wasn't it? Actually, there were a few, to be fair. Zandvoort was dramatic. Monaco was pretty good. And I think Zach Brown will be very happy with Lando if he wins. Yeah, I mean, they're business partners. Quadrant is there. They're both directors, I believe, owners. Welcome, Rajshri Ojo. If you want to subscribe now, if you've been watching and you're not subscribed, you want to subscribe in the race where Lando won his first GP, hit that subscribe button right now. Share the stream as well if you want to share it right now. But just share it and say Lando might be winning his first GP. We're following it live. Shake and Bake saying Lando in a great position is hopeful. Hamilton podium, don't see it, but he is very close to Perez. Forward Leclerc fan, but I'm happy if Lando wins. That's interesting. Leclerc fans happy for Lando. I mean, Leclerc looked like he might be starting to put the pressure on Verstappen here. Verstappen's just done his fastest lap of the race, and it's still slower than Lando's last lap. If that doesn't tell you everything, I don't know. And we're starting to see a Perez train. Perez is holding up Hamilton, Piastri, Tsunoda, and Russell. Actually, not Russell really, but he's holding up Hamilton, Piastri, and Tsunoda. 3 seconds ahead. Don't burn out your tyres. Yes. C says the McLarens are driving so well. Davina, Piastri going backwards. Yeah, I mean, that's a bit worrying that Piastri is going backwards. I mean, Piastri's gone significantly backwards. What's the issue for Piastri there? Do we know? Magnussen gets another penalty for failing to serve the time penalty. So remember, Magnussen made a pit stop under safety car. He must have done that because he wouldn't lose a whole lap, and they forgot to take the 20 seconds. Calamity at Haas. Absolute amateur hour there. One job. Hulkenberg does the fastest Sector 1 out of anyone. How's that happened? How's Hulkenberg done that? Or Sector 3, sorry. Sector 3. Sharkin wants Zoe to send Kireth selfie. Send one in the Discord. Asteroid, what happened to Sergeant AC side by side with Magnussen? I think my view is Magnussen took him out. Stewards agreed. Did Oscar pit again? Yes, he has. Piastri looks like he might be out. They got a front wing on change for Piastri. Piastri comes in. It's a little bit delayed. Piastri came in. They take off the front nose, change the tyres. Zach Brown looks over. I think, lads, you probably want to concentrate on Lando now. And he does go out of the pits, so I don't think he's out. I think, yeah, he's all the way back there. So Piastri with a front wing change. Welcome, XC Rider. Welcome to the new subscribers as well. Good to see you. I think Carlos Sainz went up for a big move. I don't think it's Sainz's fault. I think Piastri must have turned in. Sainz went up the inside in the last corner. Oh, it was a bit of a clumsy one, but I think it's probably on Piastri, that, to be honest, anyway. Because Sainz has just about made the move. It was a bit of a weird one because he was sliding around at the end. And then everyone was getting past Piastri. Did Piastri box straight away? Let me check here. I couldn't see. But anyway, it's all about Lando right now. And again, he goes faster. 3.5. I think Lando's got this. I think Lando's got it. Racing, yeah, probably racing incident. Oh no, Sainz is saying something's wrong with the car as well. Yeah, Carlos Sainz is saying something's wrong with the car, so maybe he had some sort of flaw destroyed there as well. Angelica's low-key crying for Oscar. Well, you never know how things are going to play out if there's going to be another safety car. That could be a help. Verstappen 3.3, 3.4. He's not being hounded by Leclerc, so I just don't know if Verstappen's just playing a long game here. But there's only 16 laps to go. Discord link there if you want to join. 4,000 people in Discord where we hang out. Hamilton on the radio saying, if you've got any power, give it to me. Like it's out of a movie this, where you just press a button. It's like, yeah, have some more power that we didn't give you before, weirdly. Partying in Amsterdam did him good. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's a trick. We all need to party in Amsterdam. Maybe we need to have our group watch-along in Amsterdam for Zandvoort. 3.5 seconds for Lando. Remember, he is on the newer tyre as well. I just wonder, are we going to see that pendulum swing? You can see the lap times are very close between the top 6. 3/10 between the top 6 there on lap time. That is very close. So maybe there's some limiting factors here in terms of the heat or something. See how fast Piastri is driving now. Come on, Lando, people are saying. People like Alex Albon. I feel like something may have happened to Albon there, or maybe not. I don't know. Dobby, if Verstappen is preserving his tyres, Lando would be careful when pushing. Yes, indeed. Phantom saying first dub for Lando. It could be. So he doesn't feel so nervous. Definitely don't. I wouldn't overstress yourself, Zoe. To be honest, that's just me. P is very nervous for Lando right now. What happened to Piastri? He basically Carlos Sainz overtook him, and then Piastri sort of turned in on Sainz, but Sainz hadn't really done a clean. It was a bit of a weird move. Magnussen started investigation. Is under investigation. Magnussen and Sargent, but they investigated it and gave him a 10-second penalty. Lads, what are you doing? What's going on here? Wow, Esteban Ocon up into P9, by the way. That promotes Ocon because Piastri's dropped off. 3.8 seconds now. Again, Lando looks like he can just do 31 stead for fun. Yeah, everyone's doing a one-stop, Jerry. They're all doing one-stops at the top. That was the prediction of the race. They're on the hard tyre. Zilda says, I keep singing, let's go Lando, Lando. I thought you were George Russell's cousin. Yeah, Isabel Flug, I think it was you in the Discord, or someone in Discord was saying, I think Magnussen could get a race ban. And honestly, isn't Magnussen going to get a race ban now? So does that mean Behrman comes back in for Haas? Or not back in, but he would come in for Haas. So. Yeah, 4-second gap. Big old 4-second gap there. Cody Scummins says, let's go, Magnussen. You like a bit of an anti-hero. Oh, I think Lando's got this. It's not going to rain like Sochi. He's not going to get done by the rain. The only thing that could happen here, imagine, by the way, if Piastri had caused a safety car. And that would have bunched Verstappen up. But I think Lando and that McLaren are just faster than Verstappen here for whatever reason. Bradley saying the Red Bull has a lot of underside. Are you watching on board with the Red Bull? Angelica, is it stupid to hope Leclerc P2? No, I don't think so. Leclerc might be biding his time as well. Yeah, Piastri's showing what's possible as well in terms of pace. On new tyres, Piastri's going a second faster than Verstappen. Crazy. He's on 8 penalty points now. It'd be either Behrman or Fittipaldi replacing him. Two really good options. I've spoken with Fittipaldi somewhere. I can't remember where. Is it F2? Four-second gap to Venus noticing. Honestly, I think this could be it. Should have put a McLaren in the thumbnail. Vanna, what do you think of Antonelli replacing Sargent Imola? I think it's harsh for Sargent this one. I don't think it was his fault, but you end up in enough accidents, it kind of doesn't matter whose fault it is. So Yeah, so everyone's good to the end of the race. Guan Yu Zhou might not be, I guess. Sergio Perez is on new mediums. Also, because he did that weird double box to get onto mediums. So we'll see if Perez gets to the end. Tata Mo saying Tsunoda. Yeah, Tsunoda doing really well. Goodness me. It's been kind of Tsunoda's season a little bit, hasn't it? He was so unlucky last season. Do you remember at Monza? He pulled over on the formation lap. And I think the GP after, he also didn't make it to the grid or something. Really unlucky. I think that pushed him back, but he's having a great season here. Davina, guys, I don't think they're sandbagging. Perez also finding it tough. Yeah, I think Red Bull are in trouble here. 4.5 seconds. But I also think Red Bull aren't in trouble in the big picture because a P2 for Max is still a great result, and his mate Lando wins. You know, Verstappen's not in the middle of a big long run of trying to break a record for race wins here. You already lost that, broken that at Melbourne. You know, would you rather a Melbourne situation where he gets no points or get a P2? I think he'd much rather get a P2. Yeah, I think Toto Wolff denied it, but you never know. Alexandra saying first win, Lando. Welcome Antonio Carmine as well. Jerry saying Londo has got this race then. It's about time he wins a race. Yeah, I think it's happening. Just 12 laps to go, everyone. Just 12 laps to go. By the way, I'm super happy the stream's working. This now means I can stream anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world I can stream. We can go and do watch-alongs at the circuit. So we can just go to F1, Formula E, WEC, Asian Le Mans, everywhere we want to go and do this. Very cool. 4.9 seconds now. Look at that. Lando, yeah, he's up 4 places on the grid. Remember, I wasn't really fancying McLaren that much at the beginning of the race, to be honest with you. Although a lot of you did have Lando in your top 3 predictions. Anyone watching now had Lando in their top 3, let us know. Black says, chat, only peace, love and great racing. Yes, indeed. Gabriella, is Piastri even trying or what? Well, what if I told you, Gabriella, he's got the fastest lap of the race? Gary, they'll have to start reeling Lando in or he's too far ahead. Yep, that's if they got it in the bank, but I'm not sure they do. Zilda, Red Bull again, mess up with Checo. I don't know why they boxed him twice, but it must have been something. Gallop, likely Alonso past Ocon soon. I would imagine so, or there's going to be an almighty crash. There might be a safety car. Isabel saying another penalty. Yeah. Lance Stroll is still circulating, if you're thinking about safety cars. Hannah had Lando in top 3. Arrow, can't believe this with Lando. Yep, it's happening. Please feel free to share the stream to your mates if they want to follow along and see Lando Norris potentially win his first Grand Prix. There's going to be big celebrations. Something that he's worked his whole life for, essentially. All the way from karting, when his dad used to bring like a firefighting truck to the track, make it all wet so Lando could learn in wet conditions. Making him these really expensive simulators. His brother runs a simulator company now. So a long time coming for Lando. Isabel thinks A-Mag going to be sitting at Imola. Well, maybe both of them. And I have voted for Lando as driver of the day. I wonder how Max future Lando's best friend. Yeah, I don't know about Max. I don't know. I don't know how he feels about his racing career. No worries, Thomas. Great to have you there. Paul saying Hulkenberg potentially back in the points. What a comeback that would be for Hulkenberg, we will see. Ame saying Verstappen losing today. Yeah, not seeing a lot of the Verstappen family. Look at Perez getting eaten into by Hamilton. Verstappen 5.2, only a tenth slower that lap. With 10 laps to go, Verstappen needs to be half a second a lap quicker now if he wants to win. And that's even without an overtake. Like, this is happening. This is for real. This is not a drill. Roy feels bad for Piastri. Yeah, could have so easily been Piastri in this position, by the way. So I wonder if we know Piastri's a cool customer, but I wonder if he's fuming. By the way, I wonder if Piastri can get into the points here. He's 10 seconds off the points. You never know. Angelica, this race has been quite weird. If most races boring, this race exciting. That's why you just got to turn up for all of them like we do. You just don't know. You just genuinely don't know. We said at the beginning that Verstappen was not, the gap was not what it seemed to be. It was 3 seconds. 3 seconds is nothing. So he was vulnerable. And it looks like Lando is just turning on the pace. Like, Lando is the fastest driver, pretty much, leaving aside Piastri, but last lap he was. Lando's the fastest driver on track. It's well earned. Welcome Top Hat Woody. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, you don't want to not be subscribed. It's free. Hit that subscribe button just below somewhere. Hit it so it fills out. You get a nice animation. You feel good that you're subscribed. For free. It helps me out, basically. Yeah, let's not wish anyone to crash, but Lando is just cruising here. This could be a big winning victory for Lando. Is it too late for Lando to, let's go a bit silly now. I don't even know if it is silly because can Lando win the championship this year? Hannah, how do I become a member? If you want to become a member, you don't need to. You hit the join button. The join button is to become a member. You get the emojis, and you can, for 99p, support me, basically. Isabel Flug, we're witnessing something historical. I genuinely think we are. If there's anyone who's been watching Formula One for the last 5 years, like me and a lot of people here, this is actually a historic moment. So I've raced Lando online, you know. Yeah, pretty cool moment. First British race winner for a while as well. Oh, what's happened here with my live timings? Oh, there we go. They're back. Thanks, Arrows. Appreciate it. Super says no chance. Davina, no. Very big from McLaren. Let's just say Lando will win this race first. Isabel Flug, Lando can win mathematically. Oh, thanks so much, Remo, for becoming a member. Chat, can we get our claps in chat for Remo Fili Nkele, please? For joining the membership. Rejoining, I think. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Nice Mustang in the picture as well. Obviously, somebody knows your cars. Just 8 laps to go, by the way. Neely's happy I decided to join that live. You've all joined a historic moment. You just never know. Driver of the day, the official one is 42% Norris, 10% Piastri. Got to feel bad for Piastri. But I think even Piastri will probably be. It's a great moment for McLaren. Remember last time McLaren won a race, it was Ricciardo who won in Monza. Do we remember that? And Ricciardo was not having a good time at McLaren. He was still the driver that won it. Look at the claps come out. Love to see it. Welcome to the membership. And Leclerc's going to be on the podium. Can Leclerc win the championship this season? What if Ferrari have a good upgrade? Could this actually be one of the great seasons or not? Carlos Sainz in P4 as well. What if Carlos Sainz... No, I'm not going to say it. What if Carlos Sainz wins this season and doesn't have a seat? That's the ultimate, like, I am bigger than Formula One moment. Thomas Lando, very deserving of the win. Surely with 7 laps to go, he can't bottle it. Surely he cannot bottle it from here. Yeah? Isabel Flug saying Ferrari hyping their upgrades in Imola. I was just in Imola a couple of weeks ago. Big Ferrari supporting fan, big just general motor sport fan part of the world. That'd be a big moment. Aryan, what if there's a safety car? Safety car, all bets are off, frankly. But I was honestly, if there's a safety car, same as what happened before, I'd probably still force me still go with Norris. Knock on wood real quick. You may have jinxed him. Well, we'll see. We will see. How is Piastri doing? He's just behind Ricciardo. He's probably having quite a lot of fun overtaking, to be fair. Shake and bake. I feel like this race is more than one-off and everything. Welcome, Leilani, as well. Good to have you on board. It is going to be the British anthem. I'm not sure it's a certified banger, but it's just going to be the one anthem today. How long has it been since we just had the one anthem? Actually, how long has it been since we just had the one anthem? When did Russell win? No, it wouldn't even matter. When's the last time we had a... When's the last time we just had one anthem? Why can't I work this out? Yeah, but when did we just have one anthem on the podium? If you know what I mean. 6 laps to go, everyone. Jean-Claude, it's nice for Max to get his boyfriend Norris's first win. I think that's a rumour at this stage. It's been deleted. I shouldn't have read that out. I apologise. We'll get the mods. Just do a stream one time. Jerry, I think Lando's going to be track specific. Remember, he was good at Sochi though. Sochi not too dissimilar. Nico Rosberg Mercedes. Really? Is that how far we need to go? 6.3 now for Lando. He's cruising. He's getting there. Lewis Hamilton, McLaren. No, it must be Rosberg at Mercedes. But yeah, Rosberg was under a German flag, even though he's also Monegasque, and his dad's F1 world champion for Finland. There's no crashes. No one's crashed yet. No one's crashed. It's all as we were. Piastri is still behind Ricciardo. Ocon is in the points for Alpine. It's very hotly contested there. Shark and Zoe party after the race. Yes, we will see. I mean, there's going to be a lot of Lando fans. A lot of Lando fans here. Fair play to him. And he's someone that has a lot of interest out of Formula One that are going very successfully. So absolutely fair play to Lando getting it done. This is the thing he needed to do, and he is doing it. Is there a McLaren emoji? I don't know. Do any members know? Do we have a McLaren emoji? I think we use the papaya one. I think we use that one. We've got Mercedes, Red Bull, Alex. We've got an Albon emoji in there. And a Ferrari one. See him a huge gap to Max. He might win this. Yes, indeed. I'm having a look on board here with Lance Stroll on Albon. Still enough time to cause a safety car, and they almost did. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness, that could have so easily been a safety car, but Lance Stroll gets the move done on Alex Albon. They were very close to coming together there. Remo says, I think Perez is defending for his life. I think it looks like it with Hamilton. But Lando does the fastest Sector 1 out of anybody. Lando is going to do this. It's going to be the British anthem. If you're a McLaren fan, it's the real resurgence of McLaren. Zach Brown looks like a genius. The upgrades have come through. Goodness me, the sponsors are happy. Lando's happy. Piastri had a big part to play in this race, I think, by the way. I think Piastri stretching the field, putting pressure on Verstappen and everything. Honestly, I think Piastri's had a big impact on this race. Fan of the straight line speed of the Red Bull's insane. Is it Sector 3 basically they're getting all their time then? Yeah. Is anyone going to celebrate? Anyone in chat going to celebrate this? What are people going to do to celebrate a Lando win? Drink out of a bucket hat? Davina says, I'm old enough to remember Chris Amon, a great driver. Come on, Lando. I have to say, I don't even know who Chris Amon is. And that Stroll and Albon incident has been noted. Yeah, it was a close one. It was a close one. Oh, Albon in the pits. What's happened here? Oh, we did a big lockup. Oh my goodness. Looks like it might have been a failure. He did a big old lockup side by side with Daniel Ricciardo. Luckily, he's made it back, because otherwise that would have been a safety car. But it's not. He's made it back. He wanted to help out his mate Alex there. Lando's going to visit Amsterdam every week. He's got a great excuse now. Watch it. Lando's going to move to Amsterdam, get a nice townhouse on the canal. Drink orange juice, sip wine elegantly, drink milk. Any other celebrations? Florence is going to cry. Yeah, Brett is popping champagne. Sharking hot chocolate and banana cake. Let him win first, don't jinx it. Welcome, Thomas Sousa. Chloe's going to make cake. Is that for everyone watching, Chloe? Is that for everyone? Mark's going to pirouette in the fish pond. Goodness me. How many laps to go? Just 3 laps to go. Just 3 laps. Alonso on the back of Russell. I don't know, just Alonso doing Alonso things. Fennec is going to break your nose. That's a weird celebration. That's how I celebrate. Paul, I've been waiting for this since I found F1. Great to hear it. I'm very happy for all the Lando fans and the Papaya army. Oh, I don't have my big McLaren thing that I've been wearing every stream, chat. This would be iconic. Well, I can fit a bit. Astro's going to cry happy tears. Christopher, will Lando break his own trophy? I don't know, maybe. Why is Bottas in second fan vote? I don't know what the second fan vote is, to be honest. No idea. Anna McGarry's going to scream the head off. Right, just now I think on behalf of all Lando fans, we should not jinx it. Because he's been here before and he's bottled it. But he's got a 7-second lead now. He is cruising. 7 seconds insane. Spam that emoji button. This is it. 2 laps to go. He's going to be heading on to the last lap. If someone's going to make a Lando Norris Kate, you need to post a picture in the Discord, by the way. Oscar Piastri with a big move on Daniel Ricciardo. Very nice move on his compatriot. Piastri's not going to get a point because he's not in the top 10, I'm afraid. You only get a fastest lap point if you're in the top 10. Bradley says, come on, Lando, from a silver arrow. I think everyone just feels good about a Lando win here, to be honest. I think everyone feels good. Look at the chat. I've never seen the chat like this for one driver. This is insane. I've never seen this. Now, it's going to be the last lap, so just keep that coming in the chat. Because you are here for Lando's... Well, I don't want to jinx it, but Lando's in the lead on the last lap of the Miami GP. So, if you want to send good vibes to Miami and ward off any bad spirits, that's the way to do it. So Lando is going to go over the start-finish line and he's going to start the last lap of the race here at Miami. A race he will never forget if he can finish this off. And he is 7.6 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen, who himself, someone predicted Max Verstappen would come second in this race. And I said, that is so unlikely. Someone predicted it, and you're still watching now. What a prediction. One of the all-time great predictions there. It's history in the making. It's not done yet. He's not over the line to finish the race. But we see the support, everyone. We've been following Lando on this channel. I've raced Lando. There's a video of me racing Lando on this channel. So it's a great moment. I'm very excited. It was Isabel Plug. Oh, he was so close. Anyway, Lando going through the chicane. The tricky corners. Doesn't want to go over the top like Max did. I'm sure we're going to hear the excuses from Red Bull. But here comes Lando down the back straight. I'm looking at the standings because I want to feel this live. Like, I've got the video here, but I just want to feel it live. Come on, Lando, you beauty. I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat that I know have been supporting Lando for a long time. Have been in many streams supporting Lando and Papaya Army. Even when it hasn't gone well. What a moment this is going to be. For Lando goes around the last corner. And that's it. Lando wins. It's the first ever win for Lando Norris. I'm watching him now on the live feed going around. It looks like he's basically getting a standing ovation. The man who's always been the bridesmaid. He's never been the bride. He's never been in the right place at the right time when it's mattered until now. When it mattered arguably most. He's been there. Right place, right time. Capitalised on it. Got the little edge of luck. And then drove away into the sunset. Did absolutely everything he needed to do. I'm watching him go around the last corner and it is a standing ovation. He's going to take the checkered flag. He takes it. And the team are on the pit wall. And he's got his hands up in the cockpit like that. It means a lot. He has done it. He has done it. That's why we turn up for Formula 1, everyone. That's why we turn up. That's why we're the real fans. Zach Brown goes absolutely mad on the pit wall. Goes insane. It means a lot Then there's kind of like a quasi-father-son relationship there. Thanks, Sharkin. Lando's done it. Lando's done it. He's beaten Max. And Max, I think, drives alongside to congratulate him. As does Charles Leclerc, as does Carlos Sainz. I think everyone is coming to congratulate him. It's going to be one of these moments, like everyone in chat here, everyone is really happy for him. Everyone's super happy. That's why we turn up. Let's hope there's no shenanigans with penalties or underweight cars or some drama. I think this has to be his moment. Thank you, Martis. Christos, if you're enjoying this, by the way, hit the subscribe button as well. Flores, haven't watched an F1 race in months. It's the best F1 race I've ever watched. It's been a great race. It's been a genuinely just a good, really good, fun race. Like, it's just been good entertainment. Like, this is when F1 is really good. When it's good fun, drama, good overtakes, safety cars spicing it up. You know, don't know who's going to win. And then someone on the edge just, I mean, I'm sure he was giving it absolutely everything. We were saying he'd gone too early. Chloe's crying. How are people celebrating? A lot of people crying. C's crying. No longer Lando, no wins. Excellent commentary as always. Thank you so much, Mark. Now you're subscribed. Maximus, Lando Norris finally a chicken. Pia so happy. Kaya, let's go Lando. Thanks talking with trains. Good to see you. Janos, he really did it. Thanks, Alexandru, for being here. Angelica's happy. Natasha's happy. If Max had to choose who he wants to lose, it would be Lando. Yes, indeed. Thanks, Leonard. Great to have you from Denmark. Hopefully I'll be in Denmark again soon. P is so deserved. It's great to see the support. Like, the support has always been there. Like, there's some drivers. I don't see any support for Esteban Ocon or Pierre Gasly in the chat. Like, no offense to anyone. I don't see it. I don't see a lot of support for Yuki Tsunoda in the chat. I mean, it might be because he's Japanese and English speaking. We always see the papaya support. It's always there. Like, even when they're not doing well, it is always there, to be fair. Goes a little bit deeper than just what's flavour of the day. Thanks, Remo. Thanks for the membership as well. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Chloe, thank you, Kireth, because your channel got to see this talk. I'm going to pin that. That's a pinnable comment. There we go. I love that one. Gnarly just came to congratulate Lando. Yeah, hopefully Piastri can win as well, because it could have been Piastri's day, but I don't think he's got a long career ahead of him, as does Lando, to be fair. Zoe's voice is gone. Sharkin, we love F1 Youngblood, yes indeed. Nazi, as a Max fan, I'm stoked for Lando. Yeah, a lot of crossover. They do a lot, well, used to do a lot of sim racing together. So, race each other in junior formulas and karting specifically. Lando's most recent race before that was 2018. So Lando's waited 6 years for a race win. He's not off doing WEC or GTs where he could win easily. You know, he's been single seater Formula One, single program, and that means he hasn't been winning. You know, we saw Nick De Vries win the other day doing a WEC for Toyota. You know, he kind of almost guaranteed a win, not quite, but. Whereas for Lando, this is genuinely, it's a great stat that he's not won for 6 years. Florence pulling our eyes out. Christopher, I think everyone here is just good F1 fans overall. Yes, indeed, completely agree. Point for Alpine. Welcome, Ian, Max, James. Chloe, so I make a cake. Chloe, I would wake up tomorrow and make the cake. I would wake up tomorrow and make the cake. Because you'll wake up feeling good with something to do that you're going to enjoy. That's what I would do. You can go to sleep happy and wake up happy. You're going to bake a cake, celebrate, and then put the picture on our Discord. And I'll post it as a YouTube post. How about that? Lando's on the grid. McLaren mechanic celebrating. Leclerc comes over, is happy. Remember, Leclerc's had race wins, so. Yeah, Leclerc on the podium. What a podium this is. This is the we wanted to see for years. Verstappen, Leclerc, Lando. The Mohammed Ben Sulayem is there as well, congratulating him. Hopefully no shenanigans, as we've seen with recent investigations. Bob, still think the on-track racing is sport. It's a teaser today. It's definitely a teaser. We have the characters and the personalities in Formula One. You know, Imagine, I'm that sort of guy where I'm always like, I'm looking to push things. But imagine if Verstappen was coming back at the end and you see them defending and fighting, and that's where we want to be. Chloe's not going to be able to sleep because of happiness. Lawrence, I'm telling all my friends, let them know they can see how it was here and our reactions on the stream if they have a subscription to give. Mel Lane is happy. Wow, this stream has gone so quickly. Davina, I think Albon also has a lot of hidden supporters. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Isabel, it's almost midnight and now I'm so excited I won't be able to sleep. I'm excited. I might do a video on Lando and say how Lando, why he's a racing genius. Might do a video on that. Got a footage of me racing him, which is always good for those videos. Zilda Russell, finally I'll be married to Lando because if he won, I'll marry him. Well, that sounds extremely consensual. Welcome, Vaneka. So happy, yes indeed. Now Lando can celebrate with his mechanics. They're raising him up. They're like doing the wedding thing. Like, hey, he's crowd surfing. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. Zach Brown comes over, big hug. You can just see he's worked so. Yeah, it's really cool to see people who work really hard for something for it to pay off in a sport or a competition where there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees. Everyone is so happy for him. I think they all know that he works really hard. Crowd surf indeed necessary. Crowd surf mandatory. Well, it's not seeing for 2 to 3 days. It's going to be a big cake. That will be enough cake for everyone. Gnarly, I went to the first race in Miami and the guy next to me was still a McLaren fan. I'm happy with him. Good to hear. George Russell comes over, super happy. Any chance you can post a link of me of Racing Lando? Probably if you search me, Racing Lando. Let me just see. Kireth, Lando. Oh my god, I can't even find it. Like, why can I not find my own videos? That's disgraceful. There is a video of me somewhere racing Lando Norris, but I can't find it, I'm afraid. So I will post it. I'll put it in the Discord. I do apologise. I've made 2,700 videos. Some of them just don't come up anymore. Yuki P7 as well. Yeah, Miami as well. What a big one for being in Miami. I think the celebrations are going to be big. Jensen Button, I think, as well, doing the interviews. A man who's no stranger to winning in the McLaren. Lando pouring the water down the back of his seat. Yeah, Max is just there. I think Max is like, he's not too disappointed. Like, he knows he's in a really good place. They've got stuff to work on the car, obviously. Alonso pit, yeah, Alonso definitely pitted. I checked halfway through. See you, Angelica. Good to have you on board with us. Charles will have the normal after race comments. Yeah, Charles is very good at doing those sort of like podium interviews, isn't he? So we love to see it. So that was the worst gift for my anniversary. Oh, you got to be happy with a Lando win, surely. With an old Lando one. Chloe asking for tits how to stop crying. It's been a fun stream, doing a stream like this remotely, and it's all worked. It was great. We can now physically never miss a race because I know I can do it like this. Sick. Great for the sponsors like Cisco as well. The management board at Cisco are absolutely delighted right now. Huge one. Zilda's going to get drunk and dance. Yeah. Well, there we go, everyone. It's a Lando Norris win. Chloe's best gift for me. My birthday's near. It's the best gift I could ever receive. Shark and Fab stream. You know what, chat? Honestly, I think I'm going to end the stream and I would just say, go on Twitter and whatnot, post in the Discord the celebrations and whatnot, because it's a Lando win and the man, he looks emotional. It's been an emotional moment for him. it's happened for him. So I think we can be happy, even if you're not like a die-hard Lando fan. It's been great to see Lando really capitalise and get his first win and lose that tag of bottling it. I'm just going to try and find that video I did with Lando. Hang on. Whoa. I'm sure if I go in my studio and search Lando. Yeah, why do I not? Here we go. This is the video of me racing Lando. So if you want to check this out and see how far we both come, then that's the video of me actually racing Lando. So pretty cool to see. Thanks Blacker, thanks Maxima, thanks Isabel Flug, Christopher, Forward. Thanks so much. Loads of really exciting videos coming. Please, your support on the videos is so important. Lots more real life stuff coming as well. Hopefully some real life racing coming. Big things, working hard on it. And yeah, really privileged to be able to make the videos for you. Thanks so much everyone. Appreciate it. And yeah, I would just enjoy the Lando win. I will see you on the next stream. Probably going to be at the latest next week in Berlin with the E-Prix. Maybe WEC at Spa. I'll try and do it back to back. We'll see.